Now we're live.
Howdy, howdy.
We have 5 minutes.
Hey, y'all.
We have 5 minutes like an evening, everybody. Doink. It's Friday.
Doink.
Let me go outside and kill that microphone. Thank you. Okay. All right. So far tonight, we have the Groove Man, Groovy outside. What's up, Groove?
What's up, y'all? How's it going, guys?
We have. I got a ball snake for nothing, Mr. Stump Greenwood.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and whatever else may be out there.
We have da-da-da, da-da-da-da, tie-da-da, tidy shirt, Stevie, the stalker of the Steves.
Yeah.
And returning for 2 weeks straight would be none other than the real Cobra Burnout.
That's right. The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, right.
All right.
The guy with legends on my wall.
Cobra, by the way, I sent you a message in your YouTube inbox.
Oh, okay, I'll check it out.
All right, let me do a little bit of a rundown, as they say.
I'm going to grab my coffee real quick.
All right, make sure it's only the coffee. Groove was the first one in. That's odd. Now he's in here with us. Jay Watterson, 69. How have you been, my friend? Great to see you. Mr. Stump Greenwood obviously is in here with us. The ever beautiful Sandy's Passions is back from vacation.
Welcome back home, darling.
Yes.
I hope
indeed.
you had fun. Stevie B, how you been? Thanks for coming in, my friend. P NASCARs, what's up, my brother? How you been?
Brother Paul, how
Good
the
to
hell
see
are
you.
you?
Yeah, and he's early tonight too, which means we don't have to I don't have to say sorry, I gotta go. The real Cobra Burnout's in here with us, obviously. Gig Riding 19. What's going on, dude? How you been, my friend? Great to see you. Ronnie Brown. Good to see you, sir. Fun. HRM Weapons Machinist. Sorry about that, bro. And for those following HRM has a new video out, so go check that out.
Ooh.
Sweet, I like his vids.
All
You
right,
say that to all the
Mechanical
fellas.
and stuff.
You say that to all the fellas, Docker, Steve.
DSW Outdoors, per usual, is here with us tonight.
Cool.
Good to see you, DS. All right. I do believe I got everybody. Mr. G Trapper. How are you? And I'd like to say hello to all you silent watchers. You guys know that you're Mikey D's tenaciously misplaced Spidey. How you been?
Dang.
Fucking A,
And
welcome back.
Speaking of Spidey, you know what? Spidey was getting a little lonely. So, Bird Dog 1227. How are you? Beautiful. Mikey D's been carrying Spidey.
Nice.
Awesome.
So, shout out to all the BBWs. Hello, BBWs. Hello to Uncle Kyle. Uncle Kyle, I hope things are well. I haven't seen you.
Right on, right on.
Hope
Heck
things are
yeah.
going well for you. In your new digs.
Nope.
Um,
Yeah, I've seen where he done a update and such video, but I
you
haven't
did
had
do an
time.
update video? Shit. All right,
Yeah, I
I'll have
hadn't had time
that
to watch
tomorrow.
it yet, so I got to check that out later tonight or something.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that. Try to get a little bit caught up. It's too hard. I'll never get all caught up with everybody.
Tell you
Well,
what, though.
I'll give it a
good
valiant
watching
effort.
it. It's too hot to go outside.
probably what I'm going to do all day tomorrow.
You know, while you're bitching about it being hot,
Yep.
I had to strap down a damn load on a flatbed in a fucking miniature hurricane. I don't want to hear shit about it being hot.
Oof.
I froze my goddamn ass off coming back down the road.
Damn.
Yeah. Pouring rain like crazy and 40-mile-an-hour winds, and I'm up on top of a flatbed trying to strap shit down.
We had a little storm here today too, Stumper. It was kind of good. It was nice. It got windy, so I opened up all the doors in the shop and let all the freaking hot air out.
Yeah.
And I opened the two. You know, these are big, huge garage doors. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, have a good night, kid. I got my phone on. Huh? Look, it's on. See. Anywho. Anywho. I went down back to open up the regular size doors. It was like a wind tunnel.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I do want to yell at all you Southerners for a minute. Keep
Oh, hell. What you gonna blame us for now?
keep your fucking humidity. Stick it in your ear, stick it up your ass, stick it wherever you want to stick it. Just don't stick it in the Northeast. All right?
Well, we just trying to be neighborly and share.
I'm getting kind of tired of it.
Here, have some-
Mr. Rich, the tactical plumber, how are you, my friend? You, sir, have an invite.
Just wait till I send you some real summer weather. You know,
Yeah.
118, 119.
Yes.
I figured that's payback for all the Northerners that were whining about it being cold.
Buddy of mine
There you go.
from high school lives out in Vegas. Posts on Facebook what the week was to come for temperature. The lowest of temperature during the day, anyways, was 107.
Yeah.
So he put, Monday through Sunday through Saturday. And I went, oh, well, that looks like my fucking report card back in senior year. He's like, you wish. Mikey, my beekeeper from New Hampshire, was going to compensate me with some lobsters from Maine, but it turned out he says it's way too expensive. It is, hon. Right now, lobsters and steamers both are through the roof.
Wow, what's up?
I don't know.
Shortage or something?
I don't
I mean,
know.
all these storms, man, they're just not where they're supposed to be. They're harder to find.
Could be, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, speaking of lobsters, Mike, I
Yep.
hooked myself up with a lobster after our last.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, I got to get a lobster.
Please tell me. That's awesome. See,
It was pretty good. It was from Outback Steakhouse, so I had a steak and a lobster. It was
Nice.
pretty good.
Awesome.
and I know this is going to sound dirty, but it's not meant that way, okay? I absolutely love the tail.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was lobster tail.
Oh, God, do I love the lobster tail.
Right.
Now, my wife and her mother, somehow they tear apart the bodies. They go into the body, and you know what? Couldn't be bothered. Give me the claws. Give me the little friggin' claws. Give me the tail,
Mhm.
and just keep them coming. Somebody was telling me tonight at work, there's a place you put up $100, right? And it's all you can eat lobster.
Oh, wow.
If that place was in driving distance of my house, my wife's screwed.
I was thinking if it was in driving distance of my house, the restaurant would be screwed. They'd lose money, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No more lobster here. You go home now.
Right?
I want you to leave now.
Leave.
Buffet
How about that?
shut down.
You eat it all. You go now. Shut down.
Yeah,
Yeah, you go now.
All right.
Bird Dog, if he does, he is a great, great, great beekeeper and great guy. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk or nothing, but I don't know why, and I don't know, and I'm with you. I hear that when you sent the dish to Gator Tail. It does have to go hazmat, and I don't know why because we send food, well, freight wise, you probably sent yours ground, but we sent food freight, and it still has to be labeled and up front and all that. And obviously, there's no chemicals on the same trailer as food, but it's just it's so shipping food is not.
CO2.
And you know, everybody thinks it's an easy task. Oh, you just put in some, you know.
It's got to be the cooler, the dry ice. The cooler's got to be taped shut. All the what is it? Not biohazard, but perishable and all that shit's got to be all over it.
Right. But that's the cost of that. And let me tell you something. Like I said, the cost of lobster right now. You know what? I'll even tell you what it is, because this is. You guys will cry. Because if I'm spending it a ton up here, I can only imagine what you people down there are spending. You know what I mean?
Right on.
I'll just catch me some crawdads and pretend they're lobsters.
There you go.
Hell yeah, about 60 of them motherfuckers, ball them up real good.
Oh yeah. That's some good shit.
Hell yeah.
All right. I don't know. I don't like doing this, but I'll use the state of Maine. I mean, I love the state of Maine. You guys know I do. But I'm in an ongoing thing with Wyndham Woodcraft on what lobsters are better, Maine or Mass. They are. Hello. Where'd it go? Yeah, I've been to the lobster pound. How much is it, you dumb bird? I really hate that. I know exactly where the lobster pound is. It's about a mile from my mother-in-law's house.
Seafood chat.
Right.
No, I just don't know why it didn't take me right to the. It should have just taken me right to the site, right?
Yeah, I don't know. What side are you looking at?
All right, here we go.
Cool.
You really want to ask him that question?
Sure, yeah.
Ask me, I dare you. Ask me.
No.
No. Not asking you. Especially after all that loving you were throwing on everybody else on Ebomi's chat.
All right, who the hell?
Completely ignored me on purpose.
Who's Ebomi?
Apparently, it's Steve's new playmate. What the fuck? You just kicking Cobra to the side or some shit?
Yeah. Oh, he kicked me to the side a while back. He traded me in for some a-hole named Hornet Fixer.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Stump.
Hold on. Sounds to me like you got a fascination with old folks, too, man. What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He decided he wanted the gray beard. You know.
Let's don't word it that way, okay? I mean,
you gotta be careful. You get your package of candy yet?
No, just very rods.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
Well, Maine and New Hampshire. Maine and Massachusetts supply the U.S. with most of its domestic lobsters.
But Cobra, unlike you, I didn't get any kind of genital area hair. It was
The price.
Oh man.
no.
The price of lobsters have been somewhat high for most of the last 2 years, with the consumer price currently in the range of $8 to $12 per pound at most retail outlets in Maine, the country's biggest lobster producer. Yeah, that's pretty higher than what it was. Because the last time, let me see, we bought, I think we bought 30 of them. I think they were only $4 a pound back then, $5 a pound back then.
I don't know. My lobster tail was like a $10 add-on at the Outback Steakhouse.
Really?
So I don't know if that's good or bad.
That doesn't sound awful to me. You consider somebody else has to clean it and cook it.
Yeah, it was steamed
Yeah.
up and
It'll come down because this article reads that they've caught an absolute shit ton of them. So
I know
prices should come down.
around here they go for about 12 and a half, 13 and a quarter a pound right now. And that's,
Yeah.
you know, live
Surprised
shipped.
it's not higher.
Yeah. That's still, you know, swimming and shit shipped down here in buckets of water or however the fuck they do it.
Gerald B, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. Gerald B says lobster meat is $30 a pound cleaned,
Ouch.
Whoa.
but that's cleaned. $30 a pound. So you get a lobster, and it's a pound and a half of lobster. I believe he's talking about the meat itself out of the lobster, not in the lobster.
Yeah.
So you get 30 pounds of lobster meat. It's $30 a pound. So
$30 a pound.
Damn it, boy.
to clean it, cleaned.
So how much is it dirty?
Everybody's getting hungry again.
Norm, hey Norm,
Yeah.
I know,
want to make an
right?
appearance on the is Norm, right? Where is it? Where did he go?
He's up a couple.
Yeah.
Norm, you want to come in and say hi? Would you like to join us? Richie, I don't know if you heard me, but you have one in your inbox. Which is Tactical Plumber.
Right on.
But yeah, Norm, if you'd like to come on in, let me know, please.
Yeah, please do, man.
Mr. G Mangos, how are you, my friend?
Brother G, how are you?
Good to see you.
Right on.
Prepping to endure. There he is. It ain't a Friday night without prepping.
Right on.
I could eat lobster and, well, seafood anyways. Lobster, clams, cohogs, cherry stones, squid, octopus. We had octopus Father's Day weekend. It was fucking delicious.
So, like, what part of the octopus do you eat? I mean, you like
And I
cut
don't
off
mean,
the.
I don't mean calamari, squid. I mean octopus.
Yeah, I mean, what do you eat? Like the tentacles? Because I mean, that big head area is like a
All
bag
of it.
full of organs.
He eats the head and drinks the ink.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, no problem, Norm. I just figured, you know what? I just figured you might want to come on. You know what I'm saying, bro? So
Wife wants to stay home. What is there to do up there in the Great White North, for Pete's sakes?
I don't know, but
take off, eh?
I wanted to have a conversation with Norm and see how things are going about that, and we will. It's all right. Don't pressure the man.
Cool. I watched one of his videos today. He smoked some whitefish.
Yep.
And he's down by the smoker, and you look in his backyard, his background,
Yep.
and it's like his yard
I know, right?
goes to infinity.
I'm with you,
Yeah.
Nothing.
And it's like a damn Norman Rockwell painting, too. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Right.
Nice.
Yes.
It is. You know, I got a buddy of mine lives out in Colorado, and he put a picture on Facebook off his back deck. I'm assuming it's what do you call it out there? The Rockies. Snow capped in the summer. Or spring, where the hell he took it. So I Facebook him, message him. And I said to him, I said, if you ever have an elk problem, let me know. And he goes, Mike, the elk go through my yard probably 30, 40, 50 at a whack.
Whoa.
Oh, that's nice. I says, I'll book a flight.
Hmm.
He goes, I would book a flight. And he says, and then I would book a funeral parlor. He says, because my freaking wife would kill you.
Wow.
He goes, okay. Yeah, me too, Jeroby. Lead him in the winter like $5 a pound. I love eating. Let me see. HRM Weapons said there was only one hookup on the Big Rock Blue Mountain in Blue Maryland this year. The guy went to the bank lab with 500 grand. Wow. That's a lot of cake. Yeah, she absolutely loves her. Just walking through like there's no tomorrow. He goes, Mike, you should hear the bulls when they're friggin'. And I get all just a little backed up. What do you mean a little backed up? Are you plugged in?
Oh, I'm plugged in.
Mhm.
But anyway. So what's happening? Anything good?
Yeah, I had a great day. I went to work thinking it was Thursday today. Man,
I'm glad to know I ain't the
What?
only motherfucker done that shit, dude.
I was
Oh,
dragging my ass this morning saying, damn, this seems like a long week.
And
Yeah.
then you realized it was Friday.
Is that what happens when you get old? Just
I guess. Shouldn't we ask you that? I mean,
I wouldn't know. I ain't as old as him. You
oh,
prick.
wow.
Oh, it was Thursday.
Damn.
Wow, you thought I was old. Thanks. Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought you were in your, somewhere in the early half of the 60s.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You trying to get kicked off here?
No, but I could have swore you and Driver was running a race on who was older.
Drivers as old as dirt.
Yeah, I mean, hell, he was there when they opened the dirt factory,
He helped Chico plant the trees.
Yeah. I mean, hell, who the hell do you think planted the freaking tree in the Garden of Eden? That was Driver.
Yeah, well, I was banging Eve.
Ah,
Now you had to go there.
right.
Dang.
It was a long week. And
Yeah.
yes, Steve, to answer your question, I have done that on a Thursday. I actually, not this job I'm at now, but my other job prior to this one. So I don't know, about fucking 12, 13 years ago. And I said, hey, you guys, have yourselves a great weekend. All right, Mike. I woke up the next morning, took a shower, started heading north. I get about 50 miles from here. And we used to have the Nextels, the two-way Nextels.
Yeah.
The thing goes off. I go, hey, what's up? He goes, hey, where were you? I says, almost to the trailer. Where were you? He says, well, I'm at work. I go, why would you be working? That's kind of silly. This is the owner. He goes, because that's what we do on Friday. We work. I go, he goes, Mikey, it's Friday. He says, they all just told me that you said have a good weekend. I'm like, oh, fuck. He goes, why, what's the matter? I says, dude, I am literally 25 miles away from my fucking trailer right now. Not even. And he goes, oh, sucks to be you. Turn around. Fucking turn all the way around.
Damn.
I was pissed. G-Trapper, thank you very much. See that? Now you people can't make fun of the old anymore.
The moral of that story is don't answer your phone if you're playing hooky.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Except for when you don't know you're playing hooky.
Yeah. Why would work be calling me? I'm not answering that.
You know what I told him? What I told him when I got there, right? I go, well, I sort of kind of did a no call, no show, right? He goes, yeah, you did. I goes, good, suspend me.
I'll take an extra 3 days.
I don't know if this is worse or not, but I accidentally stole a truck from work one time on a Saturday.
Damn. Next, you're going to tell me you got fired for stealing empty boxes one time.
No, I didn't get fired. That was the crazy part. And it was Friday.
So
I
what
look
happened?
at this.
You just threw your keys in your pocket and the truck was stuck to the key, or
Right.
No, it was.
All right,
I
how'd you
woke up. It was Saturday morning. I thought it was Friday morning. Well, yeah, I had keys to the gate, the office, the code for the alarm system, everything. So I just, showed up, unlocked the gate, walked in, grabbed my damn time card, clocked in, didn't even pay no attention to the fact that it said Saturday, where I had to, that was the next space I could clock in on. Looked up, I knew I had to be in at 5. It was Friday's schedule that was still hanging up, and nobody else had to come in until like 6:30. So it didn't even shock me that nobody else was there.
There, yeah.
So I do the alarm, clock in, go pre-trip the truck, drive right on out the gate, and I'm on my way to Georgia. Well, about, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes goes by. The phone rings. Hey, that's the boss. I answer, hey, dude, what's up? What's going on at the shop? I said, I don't know. I ain't there. He said, are you in your truck? I said, yeah. Why? I mean, where else would I be? I'm on my way to Georgia. They said, boy, I got the law on the other line. The security company called because the GPS on the truck said the truck's moving and it ain't supposed to be nowhere. I said, what the hell are you talking about? You got me on the schedule to go to Georgia. And I said, go to Georgia again. He said, no. That's the old schedule still up, dumbass. Today's Saturday. I'm like, son of a bitch. So, yeah. See, I accidentally stole the truck, but still got paid for it. So
Nice.
Well, that just makes you an accomplice then. The kingpin was the boss.
yeah, right.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was a
Too funny. Tootling down the road.
yeah.
Going to Georgia again.
Yeah, I mean, I done caught 25 headed down to I-20. I had that old girl strolling.
Low traffic.
Yeah, I mean, that time warning that nobody
wow, so
out.
traffic today on Friday. Wow, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, and I'm running down a 4-lane highway, probably doing 75, 80 mile an hour. Hell, I was making damn good time.
So, yeah, let me ask you, how did it feel when you had to turn the truck around and go back?
You ever seen that look on a little kid's face when they drop their fucking ice cream and they know they can't pick it back up?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I felt about like that facial expression.
Yeah. That sums it up.
Yep.
Call the boss back. This is just between you and me, right?
You mean the law?
Hell no. Monday morning, he had that shit printed up. It was like 3 fucking pages long.
You're lucky you didn't call the fucking cops and fucking consider it.
The alarm company
That would've been
called
funny
him
as fuck.
after they called the fucking law. He had to talk to me so that he could talk to the cops and tell them, no, the truck's not stolen. My driver's just a fucking dumbass.
My driver don't know how to read a calendar.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Was it overtime?
Oh, hell yeah.
I can't believe he paid you.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, with that company, once we went past our legal 70 hours for the week, in a truck, that's all you can do. Everybody had a second time card. And it was we called it an overtime bank. So if you had a short week, say whatever reason you only worked 50, 60 hours, you'd go ahead and get paid for a full check of 70 hours because you just take it out of that overtime bank.
Nice.
There was one guy that worked for it was the same parent company, but another division. He was a driver, drove a tanker running liquid asphalt to all the plants this particular company owned. He passed away and had a heart attack in the hospital. He expired right there in the damn hospital. His widow drew his paycheck from the company 70 hours a week.
Oh, wow.
For 18 months.
Damn.
Wow, he had that much built up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody called him Eagle. He was a old man, bald-headed eagle. So
yeah.
That was his handle on the radio, and yeah,
Damn, that's a good one.
He works 6, sometimes 7 days a week, 12, 18 hours a day, every damn day.
Yeah, them days are over. I'm tired of
Damn
doing
right.
20 hours.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, what's the hours limited to now?
Well, for me, I generally don't do more than 67, 66, somewhere in that vicinity.
Hmm.
But that's with both jobs, you know. And
Right.
I don't, but I don't work Saturdays and Sundays either. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, all my weekend work is gone now with this new company I'm with, and I get to play with a lot cooler toys. I mean, huge equipment and shit. And, working side by side with blast crews and pyrotechnicians and all that shit too.
Nice.
Dude, I do like 45, 50 hours a week. We're keeping the lights turned on, groceries on the table.
Hell yeah.
I ain't worried about shit.
Right.
No stress. I mean, as long as I keep up with the DOT laws as far as, how to chain this, that, and the other down on the low boys.
Yeah.
As long as I keep up with that, I have no issues.
Right.
Well, remember to put fuel in the truck every night. That's probably the hardest part of my job.
Right.
See, they don't have to worry about that shit at FedEx. They get that direct diesel comes right to you, fills you right up.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to get them folks to come 15 miles down in the woods where there ain't even a road yet.
Right. Dude, I saw more. This is totally off subject. I don't know why, but because it just hit me in the head like a baseball bat.
Squirrel.
Yeah, pretty much. So this morning, I'm out doing, and I got lucky. I didn't have to. I was in a van. I wasn't in one of those Freightliner vans, whatever the fuck they're called. But
A little sprinter.
anyways, yeah. So anywho, the guy in front of me fucking smears a deer, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, today's my lucky day. I had Spidey with me and everything. I'm like, oh, here we go. Dude, I fucking tracked this thing forever in a week. Finally get back to the truck. I'm like, I'm done. My boss calls. He says, hey, what are you doing? Just trying to chase a deer. He goes, oh, he says, somebody called and said the door's open and the truck's running. And it's just in the middle of the street.
Oh, jeez.
I wouldn't call it the middle of the street, but it's. He goes, he says, listen, let's get the important shit out of the way. Did you get the deer? I go, no. He goes, then you're in trouble. Dude, I wasn't 10 minutes leaving there, seeing another deer. Did this one didn't get hit. And I'm like, damn, they're friggin' moving everywhere. I had seen about 6 deer today. But dude, I swear to God, I tracked that thing. The blood was just pretty, it wasn't, it was just spotty, because it's road rash blood.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't catch up to a crippled fucking deer. How bad am I?
As he's puffing on the smoke.
I did light a smoke.
While we're talking about embarrassing deer stories at work, we were running asphalt at night, paving a I-20 out of the Newberry plant. Well, that morning, once we got done for the day or the night, whatever you want to call it, on the way back, I was out front. One of our other drivers, damn good friend of mine, old brother Crow, Brian Crow. He pops a deer with the damn dump truck. Just bumps it. I mean, he got slowed down, just spun it around, broke its hip. Well, where he hit it at, there was a damn state trooper, literally, half an inch behind him. I mean, he said the cop was riding his ass. The cop shoots the fucking deer. All right. The cop calls somebody with the county, comes out there with a pickup. They put the deer in the back of the pickup, let the bed up on the dump truck, put the deer in the dump truck.
Oh.
So when he gets to the yard, I'm still there, doing my post trip, my paperwork and shit. And Brother Crow says, hey man, help me drag this deer over here to my Suburban. It's okay. So we dragged this deer, and the light, it's still just starting to turn daylight, so you can't really tell what the hell we're dragging, right? Well, the security cameras pick us up dragging. When I seen the video, I thought we were dragging a body. I'm not gonna lie to you. And well, that morning he had handed me 2 of his knives to sharpen. So when we got back to work that evening, I told the secretary, I said, "Look, Pro ain't here yet, but I got to go. So when he gets here, you make sure he gets these 2 knives. Tell him they're sharp, they're clean, they're good to go." She looked at me real funny, said, "Stump, I need to ask you something, and you got to be honest with me." I said, "What?" I said, "Are these knives, is this something that's going to end up being evidence or some shit?" I'm clueless to what the fuck she's talking about. Look at her. "What are you talking about?" She says, "Here, just watch this." And she plays this little, 3-4 minute clip from the security cameras where she'd seen us dragging a body. I swear it looked like we were dragging a human.
That's awesome.
I looked at her. I said, "Just do me a favor." "What?" I said, "Erase that part of the video. And when the cops show up, tell them you don't know what the hell they're talking about." She flipped the fuck out. And once we explained to her what was going on, she called us both assholes for letting her think we had murdered somebody and drove them through the yard.
Man.
Yep. All right. On that note, I need to refill my cup. I'll be back momentarily.
All right. All right, it's all you, Stalker Steve. Everyone else is bailed out. You're the king.
I think
You're
it's
the
up to
king
Ruby.
bee.
So how many more than ferro rods you got?
I got about, I think pushing 20.
Wow.
They're
I
right
must say
here.
I saw a bucket load. Yeah. I saw a bucket load up the other day.
Got about that many.
Yeah. Wow. I was talking about finished with handles.
Oh, they all got.
Oh, you just got them upside down. Gotcha.
Look at my bouquet.
Yeah, that's what I
Ain't
saw.
that pretty?
Yeah, they're nice, man.
Actually, I got a double fist load.
Oh wow.
How's my knife coming along?
I'm trying to figure out how to make it match your ferro rod.
Oh. My ferro rod.
So I'm ciphering.
Yeah. There's the ferro rod.
Jay Greg, what's up?
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. You got a fire going the first try with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it took a
nice.
few things, but of course, you gave me a tip on a technique I'll use next time. It's been a long time since I even tried something like that.
Right.
I've been using matches forever. Get spoiled on the matches,
Yeah,
but it is fun to spark out a fire. That was cool.
it feels kind of caveman and shit.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
Right. Yeah. I like to play around with flint and steel quite a bit too.
Yeah, I got to learn that. I've never tried it. Hey Cobra, was that dryer lint you used to get it going?
Yeah, actually, it was.
Did you get a funny feeling about that shit being in your basement? One little spark and poof.
Right.
Well, yeah, ours doesn't come down in the basement, but it shoots out the side. But yeah, definitely, got to keep that lint trap clean.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had no clue it was that.
Flammable, yeah. And I was wondering, I wonder if it kind of depends on the type of clothing you're buying and stuff. Because I thought most clothing is supposed to be fire retardant to a certain level, but maybe like a lot of kid clothes. Okay,
Yeah, so
Kid clothes.
polyester.
Yeah, that makes sense. So,
Tough kids.
and we do still have some kid clothing, but that lint that I got out still sparked up,
Right.
lit the fire pretty damn easy.
That's awesome to use as a fire starter.
I was trying to use that tissue paper you sent along. I was like, this must be to start fire with. Why else would he send me tissue paper with a bunch of glitter on it?
You know what would have been
Man.
funny? If I would have packed that in some flash paper.
Best.
Spark, spark, boom.
Funny for not so much for Cobra, but
Like I don't need to trim my eyebrows for a while. You know?
Right?
The only thing that would have been better, the only thing better than flash paper, and you can't really get it anywhere. You have to make it yourself nowadays. Is stuff called gun cotton.
Right? A little
Gun cotton.
cellulose.
Yes.
Mr.
Spark, spark, poof.
Boom. Huh?
Mr. J. Greg Campbell, how are you? Sorry, Stump God.
Nice.
Oh, I was just saying, big poof. And to Greg, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I could have gave Cobra a new intro.
Right?
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
Right? And what is it you drinking making such a horrible face, man? You having to take a laxative for a damn colonoscopy or something?
Who, me?
No, Steve. I
Steve?
mean, Cobra. Damn it.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Me?
My brain's fried. It's been a long week.
See that? He got Stalker Steve
Actually,
with a Cobra.
it's a little Weller.
Ah.
They had it on sale.
Nice. Right on, Bird Dog.
Trying to nurse a throat condition called allergies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I tell you what, I'll drop out long enough to find me a glass and I'll have a drink with you. I'll be back momentarily.
All right, sounds good.
Sorry about my little hiatus. I had to go do a couple of.
You had to go take care of some business.
Right.
Yeah. Gotcha. Did you put more toilet paper back up, or did you use the whole roll?
Oh, no. Number one.
Oh, I thought that's what we were talking
Mister,
about.
I'm sorry. Mister, I'm a redneck cockerham. Tommy, how the hell are you? It is awesome to see you, my friend.
Hmm.
I hope things are well. Or as well as they can be. You know what I'm saying? But it's a freaking awesome seeing you here tonight.
Besides Cobra, Mikey's married. He would never forget to refill the roll.
I don't know. Sometimes I do that on purpose now.
Right?
You
Yeah,
got to
me
have
too.
a little spice in the life, you know. You give your significant other something like that to complain about, and you know.
Let me
get
tell
away
you
with
something.
other
Me breathing gives her something significant to friggin' complain about.
Oh, I tell you,
Why she's complaining about the little thing, you can get away with the big thing.
exactly.
Stuff in the mail.
Yeah. I tell you what, with the kids, you know, being off for the summer, they're really messing up my world now because, you know, now they intercept packages,
Mm-mm.
you know, and they say it's addressed to me, but, you know, they make sure mommy knows about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Daddy got another package? What do you order now? None yet?
Right.
What's that? None yet. None your business.
But my wife says to me, about, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months, whatever it was. She says, I'm telling you right now, if another knife comes in this house.
Yes.
I go, honey, listen to me closely. I'm not buying them. She
Yeah.
goes, I don't care.
Oh.
I go, what am I supposed to say? No, I don't want a knife? I goes,
No.
most of them I didn't even know they were coming. She goes, what? I goes, oh, hon, most of them I didn't even know they were coming. That's awesome to hear, Tommy.
Right on.
It's awesome to hear. And then she's doing my stuff today in the bureau. She says, and where did you get that? And she's got the knife that P. NASCAR's sent to me.
Oh boy.
I goes, do not take that out of the sheath. You'll lose a finger. She's like, oh, I highly doubt it. Okay. Come here. She goes, what? I goes, hey, I'll do it to my own arm. And I went like this. She goes, Jesus Christ. I go, yeah.
Now you're going to find it upstairs in the bathroom full of soap and hair from shaving with it. She'll be doing her legs.
Oh. Yeah.
It's good to see Tommy here tonight. Good to see everybody here tonight, but Tommy especially because, well,
I just checked my message from Mikey D here.
Oh, you got my message?
Yeah. Good. That's one thing about these messages. I don't think I'll ever get notifications about them anymore. So if anybody ever sends me a message in one of my videos, just put, if I don't respond, just one of my videos, put, sent you a PM because I won't get them. They're in there, but I don't see them all the time.
Right.
And I don't know.
I don't see them unless somebody says something and then I get everybody's that sent me one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And sometimes
I feel like an idiot.
I'll get pop-ups, notifications on old stuff sometimes now. Like random. It'll pop up and it'll be like, from months and months ago. And I'm like, what? What is this?
That's funny.
You'll start responding to it and I'll notice, what the heck? This is old.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone else is noticing this, because you can check your messages through the community section on your, on your site, and there'll be like stuff that says it's in spam. It'll say spam 7 messages. You go to hit spam, or at least I do. I'll click my tab. Nothing's in there. Usually there's something in there you can approve, and it's like, what? Where? So am I missing messages now?
It's either that or it's spam right on your video comments.
No, you're all set, but I sent one. I think I have Norman here one time during the summer, like a year ago or two, Stevie. No,
I don't know, maybe for a hot second, but I don't remember it. Of course, I might not have been on either, so
I'm trying to remember. Anywho.
The past is a blur.
I was gonna go and do make a video tomorrow. Can't do that. Can't do that.
When was your last vid?
Walking with my daughter, hiking.
Mm-hmm. I saw that one.
But I wanted to make a fire, but I can't.
Fire. You don't have a ferro rod from Stalker Steve?
Oh no, I have a Stalker Steve ferro rod.
Oh, I thought you said you couldn't make fire.
Well, because other than today's little rain, it's really too dry. I mean, it's too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those. And but
you got a bathtub.
Yeah. But that, and it's gonna be so bleeping hot.
Is your bathtub plastic or porcelain?
Porcelain.
So I don't think your wife's gonna be happy you make a campfire in the bathtub.
No.
Stump's just talking away with no mic.
There we go.
So that's the best way for him to talk.
What the fuck did I come back to? Grown men talking about a bathtub. What the?
Not just a bathtub, but
Calgon, take me away.
A fire in the bathtub.
Hey guys.
Stalker Steve is going to make us some special bath salts. It really heats you up when you take a bubble bath.
On that note, Norm, please help me save this conversation.
I'm going to say welcome back, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But welcome back, because I believe I've had Norm on here before. But if I haven't, Norm, welcome. And
don't recall being on here. You were on my chat though once.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And the last time that I was on your chat, you hadn't moved yet. Now you're out in the middle of God's land.
Yeah, I probably just settled in the last probably about 30 days or so.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, it was actually nice to get out of the south. I was getting kind of sick of that, and It's nice to be back in the north, that's for sure. Pretty deep in the north for you guys.
You're not kidding on that one.
Yeah, probably around, I can't remember parallel we're at, like 62 or something like that.
Yeah, that's up there.
A little bit.
See, that's way north for me. I don't even like going into North Carolina, and that's still considered the South.
That's why it's going to be funny to see you standing on frozen water.
Hey, man, I ain't worried. The worst that can happen, I get wet, I get cold.
I mean, I know Chad said he was up in the Northeast as a kid, so, you know, he's seen snow. You know what I mean?
It's snowed here before too, Mike. I'm not going to be
Okay,
in
I'm not talking
total
Dustin. I'm
culture
talking frickin' snow and ice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm grown.
and my
I'm
snow
not
and
going
ice-
to wither in the freaking cold, dude.
My snow and ice don't even compare to Norm's snow and ice.
No. No, Norm's up there where the snow and ice factory is. That's where they make the shit for the rest of the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's where they make it and then share it with us
Norm
on
will be doing
occasion.
Norm will be doing a video on Halloween night saying, "Look at I'm ice fishing."
Right?
You know.
No, I'll probably actually on Halloween, I'll probably be driving around doing a video. You know, we usually will patrol the edge of the town for polar bears to make sure they're not sneaking in while the kids are doing
While the kids are out.
Wow.
while the kids are out. So we'll go sit on the edge of town. It used to be like that anyway, and you know, we'd all go out and you know, just try to cover as much area as possible, and you know, just
Right.
make sure the kids are safe.
Dang.
And look, can you imagine living somewhere you have to be on polar bear watch?
No, I can't because I don't want to live there.
I wouldn't. You know what?
You know,
I wouldn't.
if
I wouldn't,
gotta-
have I wouldn't have an issue.
No, if I got to worry about walking out my front door and a polar bear is going to snatch me up and drink me like a Coca-Cola, you know, I'm not digging that.
Rip your head off and just love you.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing people say to me is they always, as soon as I mention a polar bear, they mention Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
And they're not
Yeah.
like black bears. They're not like black bears, huh? They're not gonna. You can't just stomp your foot and make them go away, huh?
oh.
Well, you know what?
No.
You just got to know your polar bears. Like it's like anything else. You know, it's the older ones are a little more aggressive. You know, they don't take any shit. The younger ones, you know, like teenagers, they run away when they see you, kind of thing.
So when you guys are out on the patrol or whatever to scare them off, what means do you use if you see one? How do you go about scaring them off or turning them around or whatever?
One with us, yeah, some bear bangers, some thunder flashes. You know, he just fired off, and I believe it's about 60 feet before the bang goes off, and you know, you can get used to them. I've shot them off. I used to shoot them off and bang, and you know, be precise with them, like make sure they go off right over the polar bear's head.
Oh yeah.
The shit out of him, and he's gone. Like I said, even if it's a grumpy old one, like he'll still start coming towards you, and if anything, he might get a little bit pissed off and actually start charging.
Oh wow.
Got to be a little bit. You got to know your bears like anything else. I've had them swimming in the water and keeping them in the water, you know, while people are on shore. Years ago, when I worked for Parks Canada, and it was he was a miserable bastard, man. He was trying everything to come on shore, and every time I thought I shot a thunder flash at him, it went over his head. He'd turn, and then he'd swing in again and again until finally he'd just give up. And I let him go farther down shore, and I'd let him out the water there. But he got out of the water, and you got to remember at that time when they're coming off the ice and they're fat, you know, they're just big fat bears. They're full of seal, you know, and they just want to rest because, you know, it's too hot for them that time of year. And
Okay.
so it's kind of like they're kind of grumpy. It's like, leave me alone. I want to go rest in you know, nice cool place for the summer. And but
Yeah.
he come out of that water, man. He was massive. He was just a big old bear.
I was watching I was watching this show on polar bears the other day, and they regulate their body heat in those days, just so they, like you was just saying, you know, they just it's all that mainly all they do is rest, and they regulate their body heat so they don't get. And I'm like, I was just dumbfounded. I was also dumbfounded about the amount of ice they're losing up there.
Yeah.
Losing ice.
Yeah, they're losing ice.
Yeah, due to that climate change and all that, there's it's getting worse every year. You know, with the ice being earlier. I don't know if you guys see my video there, but I was talking about the big flood we had here. But that's because of the hydro dams and all that. And we still got the ice in the bay. A few polar bears around here and there, but nothing crazy yet. But mostly they're up the coast, and they'll dig a hole in like the side of a river or something and just leave me alone. But then you'll get the troubled, like a teenager bear who wants to come in town and find something to eat. He didn't eat. He wasn't
Those
a good
teenagers. Teenagers.
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass.
Stay away from the dump, right?
Yeah, the dump is moved now. It used to be like wide open. Basically, you go, you know, like any other dump, you pull in, you throw your garbage out. But now it's called L5. When actually the old U.S. Army base used to pull in there with their, you know, like the tracks used to go right in there, and that's where they unload all their gear and you know, whatever else they were bringing in. It was called L5. A massive building, and they turned it into recycling now, and that's where all the dump is. So they're kind of controlled there now, but they still come around there. It's going to be my first year here that they actually moved that dump there, so I don't know how it's going to be.
Right. But you got to think about it. You got polar bears, we got masked gunmen, so you know it's kind of
And
all.
to think, can you imagine a polar bear, Stevie? Right, and to think I'm running from a black bear with a fucking gun in my hand.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay.
You know, I was just kind of thinking this whole thing over, talking about the polar bear deal. I mean, we got critters down here that can turn you into a pile of poop, but nothing that's as efficient as a freaking polar bear. I mean, that's some National Geographic TV documentary type shit, dude. I mean, damn.
Yeah, I drove those Tundra buggies for a year. I don't know if you guys ever seen them, the Tundra buggies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I drove those for 10 years, and I've had lots of encounters on them, but there were some of the bears were so freaking big. Bottom of the window is at about 10 feet.
Yeah.
In the window like it was nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know.
So,
There's a change of
That's what's
opinion.
amazing.
Right there.
It's amazing how big.
yeah,
they
and
are.
he was rocking the buggy so bad. He was just like, please let one of these tourists fall out. That's all I want.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
I started the buggy and he took off about, 10, 20 feet. And then I'd shut the buggy off. He'd come back. He'd start it again. But he was so big, he was rocking that buggy like nothing.
Yeah, and see, a polar bear like that really makes you kind of reevaluate our status on the pecking order of the food chain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we didn't have certain tools, that's not we're not on top. But
Right.
luckily, we've come up with some ways to even the odds, I guess.
I like
Well,
to
the
say
Inuit have lived here for thousands of years, so they dealt with them with their spears.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, true.
I'd like to say hello to PG, Hawaii, Frankie, Hawaii, and who did I just miss? Hang on, I'll get it. V-Borg. Hawaii, my friend.
I gotta try to find the chat here. I forgot how to do this.
Just open another window.
And don't forget to turn off the volume.
Yeah, I always forget that when I open my chat every time.
Right.
What was I just gonna? Oh,
Hang on. I gotta go to your live feed, right, for that?
Right on.
Yeah.
While they're sorting that out, Cobra, you ready?
Oh, absolutely, Stump.
Okay, there we go.
I gotta pour it up. What you got there?
That Carolina whiskey. Of course, I think my shot glass is a little bigger than yours.
Yeah, that looks like that doesn't look like a shot glass to me. Looks like something you would drink a bunch of brandy out of.
Yeah.
There
Cheers.
we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm just having good old Pepsi.
Remember good old Mountain Dew.
Did you guys know there's a percentage of alcohol in Pepsi?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very minute, but in Pepsi and Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper.
How many do I have to drink?
You wouldn't be able
you'd
to.
probably die of other things. You'd have to drink so many.
Yeah, like diabetic.
But there was
Right.
I was reading an article on it because there's certain religious groups that they don't want any alcohol, and it was kind of like a mind blower, like Pepsi, Coke. We can't drink those technically, if you want to get technical about it. But I mean, just about any food can ferment into some form of alcohol, though. So you're not really getting away with it.
Right.
Yeah, anything that got a sugar content to it of any kind can be turned into alcohol.
That's all booze is sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, when you come down to it,
Some wheat depends on what
that's why I can never
type it is.
understand. That's why I can never understand people that go to a saloon and say, "Give me a Jack and Coke." I'm like, "What?" Or give me, Captain and friggin' Coke. And I'm like, dude, just go get yourself, go liquefy some sugar and shoot it directly in your friggin' bloodstream.
They like to taste. Come on now. Yeah, you got to savor a little bit of it as you drink it.
Wow, not in my. When I bartended, I refused. I refused to make a Jack and Coke. I wouldn't do it.
Really?
I'm like,
I wouldn't be tipping you. No
it's all
tips
right.
for you.
Didn't matter. I didn't care about the tip. You're not ruining good bourbon with some fucking soda.
No, yeah,
Right.
I used to get mixed drinks in my youth more, but now it's I usually don't even put anything on the rocks or nothing. I just want it straight.
Yeah, that's just.
But that's things have changed. I don't know if that's just an age thing or what.
It's an age thing.
Yeah, because nowadays my version of a mixed drink, you pour the whiskey in a glass and you kind of swirl it a little bit, mix a little air into it, maybe.
I was going to say my version of a mixed drink is I crack open a beer that's like, this is not quite cutting it. Let me throw a couple of shots of whiskey up in here.
Right on.
Yeah. Well, not for a while. My last shot, I think, was B&B.
What? What's that?
B&B. I don't know. That's what they used to. That's what it's on the bottle too. B&B.
The cheap stuff.
I don't know what it was, but then that same night I had that. I had my usual, 20 Budweisers and a little bit of old Granddad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you guys are all in the States?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got, unfortunately, right, Norm, we got, as you can tell by the way they talk too funny, we got the Southerners with us, all them people that live down,
too funny.
Sultan of Mason-Dixon, and we got one that's like he's kind of west, he's kind of south, but he talks like the Thunder. That's Groove.
Yeah.
When he talks.
Yeah, as they say, when he bothers to talk.
Yeah, I'm just trying to build it all, man.
Pretty funny that I'm in Boston and you're up where you are, Norm, and we're the two most northern people here.
I think the farthest I've been, Pittsburgh. That's as far as I've been.
Yep.
Wow.
Boy,
Well, you picked a good city.
Don't judge the rest of America by Pittsburgh, please.
Well, Stevie's
Seriously.
north being in Michigan. Stevie's
only
north
reason
by
I
being in
went
Michigan. So.
As a true Canadian, I had to go see my favorite player, Mario Lemieux, and so I flew there to watch him play that night, and lo and behold, he took the night off because he had a sore back.
Oh, great.
Oh, hell.
Shock him. I
That's-
let me able to show back.
Man, that's life.
Sounds like Ovechkin.
And of course, I had to watch the draft tonight, so that took up some time.
What's the where the Bruins pick?
I don't follow the Bruins, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh,
That's out in the chat room. You have a fellow Canuck, Flan, and she all throughout the whole year she picks on me. She's. I have to take. I mean, come on. She's a Canadians fan, so you know.
Yes, she already said the Bruins suck.
Yeah. See. So the Bruins don't suck. Just because you haven't had a title in like I don't know what a century. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she's a Habs fan.
Yeah, she's a Habs fan. I think they should trade. I think they should change it to Habs fan because they have nothing. You know what I mean? I mean, shit. Have you ever been?
Those the winning. They have the most wins though in history.
They do. They do. But that's like looking up a dead horse's ass. I mean,
Yep.
they haven't really done much.
What
I mean, the Bruins has won a Stanley Cup before the Canadians in the last 3 years, right? I mean,
You know, I just got to say, Mike, I've heard some
What's that?
crazy things in my life,
yeah.
but this is the first time I've ever heard. That's like looking up a dead horse's ass.
Ass. Yeah.
I
Nothing changed, right?
I don't know.
You're looking up a dead horse's ass.
don't know.
You know what I
Steve,
mean?
help me out. Can you explain this
You know
to
what I'm saying?
I
You
don't
know what I mean?
why
That'd be like me.
Weird.
That'd be like me talking about the
yeah.
Boston Celtics, saying how much they won 18 championships. You know, most than any other team in the league. You know,
me? This huge bug tried to take me out, but I got
not a
him.
tick, is it?
What the hell it
They
was?
got those out there in the desert.
Right.
What this was? Some type of flying beetle thing. It's smashed now.
Dinner.
Ugh. That's the thing. Like, you know,
Philly, how are you, brother? See you, my friend.
I have encountered a black widow. Actually, two of them since I've lived here in Wyoming.
Really?
You know, in the basement. It's like that's not cool.
No, that's not cool.
No.
Yeah, especially in your basement.
They have black
So-
widows in Wyoming, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it
At least
too
in my
cold in
side.
Wyoming for fucking spiders.
No, definitely not. And whatever the hell this thing was, it just fell down because, you know, I'm in the basement. It just fell down from the rafters. So time for me to put the old bug spray around the perimeter again.
It gets cold out there.
It does. Yeah. Yeah. We're at 6,000 feet here. So,
Oh yeah,
I
so
mean,
you're in God's country too.
kind of, but it's desolate. My little area is kind of desolate. And you got the Rocky Mountains, but it kind of shifts off to the west. So we're kind of a little bit east of it. You can, depending on what part of the city you're in, you can see the mountains. So we don't have like the nice views that's, you know, maybe 20, 30 minutes away. But, you know, so we kind of have I don't know why this town started here, other than there was a army fort here at one time.
Well, there you go.
So, and that's, you know, the Air Force base that I wound up at. So that's why I wound up here. But yeah, it's kind of like high desert. I like to think of it like high desert.
Really?
Yeah. But, you know, we get a lot of cold. Our summers are really great. I love the summers here. They're really mild. And, you know, it's, you know, I don't have to deal with the Texas heat and stuff like that anymore. But
yeah, well, that's what we got to deal with.
yeah. But yeah, the winters can get pretty frigid. We can get some pretty good snowfall, but it usually what happens is it doesn't like pile up. It usually the wind starts blowing and it kind of blows it out.
Right.
So it's like sideways snow. We'll get
Yep.
some and it'll melt just enough and it'll turn to ice. So we have more of an ice problem here, you know, during the winter months.
Yep.
But
That just sounds like fun to me.
funny.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It
What do you mean?
sucks, Philly.
Not 4 feet.
Work sucks.
We did
Good.
get let's see, when was it? Just a few weeks ago, we got like 14 inches of snow. Like it was nice weather one day and then all of a sudden, blam. In 2 days it was 14 inches and then it was gone because it warmed back up. So
Right.
that was pretty nice. Yeah.
Where,
It's
where
like, you
is
know,
that biggest-
I can deal with that because it melted off real damn quick, you know.
You
But
guys got a like someone has a big heat wave happening? Where is that up in Texas or something?
Mm,
I'm sitting in about what is it right now? Let me see.
Been in the 90s here last
Yeah,
couple.
it's been 80s here too, but it's the humidity. The humidity is just stifling.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Stifling.
I'm sitting at, for you guys, I'm sitting at 46.
I'm at 55 degrees right now.
Wow.
You guys are killing me. I'm sitting at 78 degrees Fahrenheit at 11:46. 78 degrees Fahrenheit plus the humidity.
I got 69.
It did get hot here like on Wednesday, like the summer solstice. I think it reached 90, and I mean we were dying here. It was like, oh, it's 90. We can't get enough clothes off, type of thing.
Yep.
And one thing, like first, the heat just at, I mean, you guys been in altitude at 6,000 feet. It just feels, you walk out into the sun, it just feels like you're baking, and it could be like 80 degrees, which normally wouldn't be that bad necessarily. But I mean, the sun, it just like, the UVs really get you. You got to be careful.
G-Trapper says it's 46 in North Dakota.
46.
I want to go out there too. I want to go to the Dakotas too. I want to go to Deadwood.
That's not too far from where I'm at, actually.
Oh, really?
I can drive there probably in like 4 hours, maybe 4.5.
Prepping to endorse 81 in Jersey.
Ugh. Nothing like nice, hot, sweaty city.
We had a whole bunch of tornadoes. I don't know if you saw this on the news. I don't know how it ranked on the national scale, but there was like 23 tornadoes.
Holy shit.
This area. We got so lucky. Like they were all around, the city. They were mostly in rural areas, and they were just coming down, touching, moving a little bit and going back up. But then there was I forget the town name. That's in the eastern part of Wyoming. It tore up a couple of houses, and there was a couple of injuries. Luckily, no deaths. So that's really awesome. We had huge hail. Like in some places it was like this big around type of thing. The base got hit real bad. Everybody's cars got whacked. My truck, I have a 2003 F-150. I think this thing has like the blessing of never getting hail damage. It has been in so many like quote hailstorms, and I never catch the brunt of it. Like wherever it's at, nothing.
Yep.
And I'm not even worried about jinxing. I have it paid off now, but people were freaking out like, oh, we got to move. They have these nice cars. Like, I got to move my car. I was like, my truck's out there, man. We're good. It's been this area is going to be good. You watch, and it was. Our little area that my truck was at. We got some very small hail, and it didn't do nothing. But just
PG
a couple
says
miles over.
PG says it's 63 degrees out where he is. Greg said it's 82, and then at 9 it was going to drop to the 50s by 2 a.m. And G-Trapper said Deadwood kind of sucks after they made it a gambling town. G-Trapper, unless I'm wrong, didn't it start as a gambling town?
Yeah, I thought that was its heritage.
Talking about Deadwood, South Dakota?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a casino, basically a casino and a cat house back in the day.
Yeah.
With Sweminger and all them.
Yeah,
he's probably referring to like it becoming like the tourist.
Isn't that where that's where fucking what's his name bit the dust, ain't it? Wild Bill.
I'm wanting to agree with you, but I'm not real sure.
I think that's where Wild Bill Hickok bit the dust.
That, yeah.
He didn't sit in against the famous wall seat.
Right.
Funny, when I was in a bar that I've never been in before, I always sat in the wall seat.
Dude, even if it's the bar I go to regular, I still sit with my back to the wall where I can see the doors.
What? Yeah. They're like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not sitting in a Wild Bill Hickok seat. And they're like, the Wild Bill, what? It was how did Wild Bill Hickok die?
Yep. And with me, you know, it's not just a bar. You know, it's pretty much anywhere we go, a restaurant.
Yeah.
I even do it when I'm in truck stops.
Yeah.
If I stop somewhere to grab lunch or whatever, backs to the wall. I got a commanding view of the whole place. I got eyes on all the exits. And yeah, I'm that asshole. I done pretty much already picked out shooting lanes and alternate escape route.
Nice.
I mean, I love
Yeah,
me,
'cause-
I love my old lady, and I love my kids. You come in there and start fucking shit up, I'm going to drop you if I have
Yeah.
to.
Better
Yeah, no.
safe than polar bear bait.
Damn
And,
right.
And you always have to have a plan B because plan A is not going to work.
That's right.
You know?
And I'm gonna be honest. I love me and them to the point I've usually got Plan Z worked
There
out
you
too.
go. Absolutely.
You scribble that all down on a napkin.
Fuck no, because pretty much after Plan C, it's all improvised.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Speaking of improvised, have you guys seen John Wick 2?
No, I've not seen that yet.
Man, that's a good one.
I gotta check it out.
how many? So, if you don't mind me asking, I'm going to ask our two newest panel members, Mr. Real Cobra Burnout, sir.
Oh, yes.
Why am I being laughed at here?
When you're done, read what J. Greg Campbell just said.
What do you write? Is it just me, or does Stump look like he is wearing a propeller beanie that's ceiling fan behind?
I got it.
Hey, Nine, don't forget, I know where you live, boy.
Frankie says he's holding a Silverado token in his right hand now. It's 2004.
Nice. That's such a beautiful area up there.
Are you guys? So,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to start with you, Cobra.
Yo,
Are you in a big town, mid-town, little town? What do you got?
59,000 people.
Oh, all right. So you're like me.
It's actually the biggest city. It's the biggest population in Wyoming.
Okay. and Norm, what about you?
There's only 900 people in this town.
Oh, that's awesome. See, that's where I want to go.
100.
That's where I want to go. 900 people. That's just right.
Look at
Wait,
I
stuff.
might be-
did you say 900 or 100?
900.
900. Okay.
Dude, I'm moving north. I thought I was doing good with 2,500 people in the whole freaking place, but 900? Yeah, I'm packing my shit.
2,500. For Christ's sake, there's townships up in Maine that have like fucking 10.
Yeah, and that's
For a
too
while,
populated.
And they're so small, these townships, right? You know how they refer to them? Is Phil, you still here? Joe B's still here. Joe B will tell you. And Frankie's been that way. You ready?
For a while.
Numbers. R2, TR2, 1, and all that bullshit. They don't even name it. It's just numbers. It's the oddest thing, in my opinion, anyways.
Holy smokes. Look at Flawn. I guess there are people left in Canada.
160K.
160,000. Yeah, there's 160,000 people in all of Canada, Flan.
No.
I mean, really.
I mean, they have some huge cities.
No, Philly, I'm not talking about work. I'm done. No. We're not doing that tonight.
No work.
The population in Florida is bigger than Canada.
Right?
Which now,
Yeah, but, I mean, because you get north of Ottawa and like Montreal and Quebec and all that.
No.
It spreads out, right?
Oh, yeah. It's got
It
to.
must.
First of all, hey, Norm, did you know there's a couple of R's in Ottawa?
What? I said Ottawa. What did I say wrong now?
You're right.
R?
I didn't say Ottawa. I must have said Ottawa. Cocksucker.
Damn, no, that is.
Who the fuck invited you anyways?
Oh, he made his
Mikey.
own shirt for this, and you're going to talk to him like that.
Mikey tried to say,
Flan says, Flan says, everybody tells your populations. Bird Dog says 11,000 illegals.
No, sweetheart, that's grotesquely understated. There's got to
No,
be at
sweetheart,
least
that's
3
just in
times
your
She
that
said,
many.
town.
yeah, she said 27,000, but 11,000 illegals.
I got about we're close to like 35,000 here.
35,000.
Problem is, I live next door to a city that's got like 90.
Yeah.
Dude,
I've
I
you know
couldn't do it.
I lived in a town in Texas, Placid, Texas, and I think there was probably 15 people there. And as they were dying off, that was it. Like there was no more people moving in. It was that type of town. And yeah, and then let's see, the last place I lived, Burke Burnett, was I think they had about 15,000. But it's like it's like you're saying, Mike, it was right next to a town with about 100,000 people. But that was the beauty part. 8 miles up,
Right.
you could live in a smaller town and have that small town environment.
Yep.
I really miss Burke Burnett. I miss the school there for the kids. I mean, it was a good town, little town.
See, and that's what I love about Maine. You can drive 95, right?
Mhm.
And go west off of it, or go east towards the ocean off of it, okay? And you can go through Portland. It's got a million people in, or whatever the hell it is, in Augusta, the capital, and all that, right? In southern Maine, where all the resort, you can do all that. But you get on 95 and you get off an exit, and like you just said about the 8 miles, go about 5 miles, and you're hearing crickets and banjos, and I love it.
Yeah.
Someone could fact check me on this, but I'm pretty sure Wyoming has the smallest population out of all 50 states. I think we have about 500,000 people. How many does Maine have?
Oh, well, then never mind. You beat Maine. Speaking of Maine, there's my good friend. Wow, that you just, what did you hear me talking about Maine and you got here? Mr. Wyndham Woodcraft, how the hell you been?
Wyndham Woodcraft.
If you have any time, we'd love to have you on this panel. We got Norm here, we got Will Global Burnout, and the rest of this beautiful crew. But if you don't, I totally understand, because I know this is your busy season. So
He said he's over in Michigan.
it's great to see you. What's that?
Didn't I see that?
What?
Yeah, he said he's over in Michigan right now.
Who is?
Wyndham Woodcraft.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yep.
If you're in Michigan, do me a favor. Drop in and tell John the MI Woodsman I said hello, will you?
There you go. But Mike, I hate to do this to you, man, but I'm fixing to bail out, grab some sleep, because tomorrow's going to be painfully busy for me. Norm, it was absolutely awesome to get to hang out with you for a little while.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
Right.
Oh, he's that's no problem, Stumper.
Right on. Cobra, good to see you again, Brother Steve, Brother
All right,
Groove.
Stump.
Fucking Yankee, you, Mike. Y'all be good. Later.
Have good stuff.
Sleep tight.
To answer Gear's question, no, Gear, I have not seen the video. Mr. Woodman Woodcraft, that's awesome that you were 39 Camper and MI Woodsman. That's totally freaking cool. So no, I haven't. And that's awesome, Chris. That's just freaking pisser. No, I'm not even I'm being dead ball serious.
Wait, do you guys say wicked pissa? Wicked pissa.
Yes.
Chris, I'm glad to hear that, Frankie. You guys, you got to stick up for me here. That they're making fun of the way I talk.
I work with a guy from Boston, and
I all talk.
Wicked pissa, and he's like, "We don't say that."
We don't. Well,
I'm pretty sure you do, because I didn't get it from nowhere.
It's back in the day. Back in the day, they'd say. Now we just say we shorten it up. Well, that's wicked, or that's pissa. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't. A bunch of people don't say wicked pisser anymore. We used to back in the day, 80s, 70s.
These millennials are just too lazy to say wicked pissa. and all right, so I googled this the states with the population of the states, and I don't know what date this website is, but Wyoming is number 50 with 585,000, and then it gets into the U.S. territories from there. So,
Wow.
Now, is that per square mile or just?
no, it's total.
Gotcha.
Total. And like I said, I'm in the capital, and we only have 59,000 people, and this is the largest city in the state.
Right.
There's a lot of open space here.
Well,
That the federal government has pretty much tried to confiscate and claim over the last 8 years of Obama, especially that last year when they did a huge land grab. So that's kind of been a thing.
in Maine, they have like I don't know, 1.2 million or 1.3 million.
Really?
And yeah, and out of all of that, Chris, tell me if I'm wrong, right? Isn't it something like 75% of them live south of the capital?
Oh yeah, this is saying Maine is 1.3 million.
Okay.
Yeah, number 42. But
but out of that, right? You ready? The capital, which is Augusta, right? Most of those people live south of that. Anything north of that, it's barren.
Okay.
You know, Bangor, the next populated, and when I mean populated, I mean decent size.
Yeah.
City north of the capital, I believe, is Bangor, with about 35,000 people in it.
Hmm.
So, and everything else after that is just, it's sucky, Phil.
Right.
Yeah.
My town is the last time they bothered to take a poll was in 2014, and they said there was 3,000 in my town.
Okay.
But it's growing like crazy.
Hey, politically incorrect. How the hell you been, my friend?
Stalker Steve, so like what kind of restaurants do you have there? It's such a small town. Do you
Pretty
have
much
anything?
crappy ones.
Are they all mom and pop or just
We got a few I think we got one or two mom and pop joints, and they're like the best place to go, and all the rest are fast food. And
Hey, NH Trap, are you home? Yeah, funny. It's pronounced Banga.
NH Trapper around for a long time.
Yeah, NH, you want to come on, bud? Are you home? Or what are you doing?
Banga.
Yeah, Bird Dog. That is a kind of cool show, ain't it? That's so cool. I'm pissed off that he's out there with fucking Daryl and any NMI Woodsman.
Over here.
He's home, but he doesn't have no laptop.
I want to find out by what town he's on the Manistee.
I don't know. But I'm jealous, though, because he keeps driving by 90. He has to go 95 in the Pike to get there. That means he has to go right by my house. It's all right, Mr. Woodcrafts. I'll get you.
Mikey's got
Yeah,
you.
I know on the coast, NH, but it still ain't. It's still not populated. You know what I mean? You know that, for Christ's sake, you live there.
I could see that like any state with coastal region the population is gonna.
Yeah, and it jumps in the summer because all the vacations go up.
Yeah, we had
So
that.
have a good night, brother.
Yeah, our population's so small compared to you guys. It's like just in how Manitoba is, we only got 1.3 million people, for Christ's sake. Like,
My sister lives
crazy.
in a town in Vermont that only has like 900 people in it. Norm?
What's the Norm? Do you know the total population for Canada?
It's
Approximately
like 20 million or something.
20 mil. Oh yeah,
20 million or something like that. 25 million.
because we're like, I think the U.S. is over 300 million.
Yeah,
Let me
something
see.
like that.
Let's see here. Yeah, it says this site I'm looking at says the 50 states, 308 million. If you count the territories that we claim, 312 million. Yeah, Guam, Virgin Islands,
Virgins.
Samoa. What else?
Well, you have to
Mariana.
count them because you have to count them.
Mariana.
Guam votes. They all vote, so you have to count them.
Do they
Sorry,
vote?
it was 35 million, not 25 million.
How do their votes work, Mike?
I don't know, but all I know is my brother lived out there for 15 years on
Yeah.
Guam, and he voted for president each time. So,
But did he vote absentee, or was he a citizen of wherever the territory was?
well, he's
Because I thought they didn't have voting rights. I could be wrong because I've
I think-
never researched it.
they have
Because they don't have congressional representation.
congressional right. They
So
do
I don't know
not.
how they vote in
They
a
do not.
presidential.
But I know he voted. I don't know
He
how
may have done absentee though.
he might have.
Yeah, because like when I wasn't in my home state, I had to do absentee. But that's like a thing. It's kind of I don't know if a lot of people know that we have territories that it's kind of weird. Like we have territories, but they never have been brought on as a state type of thing,
Right.
and what kind of dynamic would change in Congress if, I mean, we potentially could have at least 4 more states right here that I'm looking
Well,
at.
You want to hear something funny? You're talking about Guam, right?
Mhm.
Do you know people don't even know? Yeah, maybe he was maybe it was when he was in the fucking military.
Probably because we have bases there. Yeah.
But yeah, he was in the Navy for.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was there probably.
People don't get. So like my brother who was a cop on Guam, right?
Okay.
Now he's a cop here. He had Guam license plates on his van, and he had to tell a state trooper from New Hampshire that Guam was part of the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He didn't believe him, so the cops took him through a book. He's going online. He's trying to do
Yeah.
all this stuff, right? And he goes, "You know what Guam is?" He goes, "No." He goes, "You fail U.S. history?" You'd be
Yeah.
amazed how many people don't get how important Guam was in World War II.
Right.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because I did some time out in the Pacific, and we still have vested interest in a lot of islands there because we did the whole island hopping, venture, and I was on the Marshall Islands for a while, and there's historical markers, and it was interesting to go around and read the history behind what happened there, and we had to take these islands because the Japanese came and they took them, and we basically liberated them, and it's like the Marshall Islands. We don't have, it's not a territory. We have a lease on some of the islands because we still use them for military bases, basically. But yeah, I mean, people don't know that we have territories. They just, because like you said, they don't get educated. They don't,
And it's dumb fun. Like when my son was growing up, and he must have been in the 8th grade, 9th grade, and I go, "Do you have history?" He goes, "What?" I says, "U.S. history. Do you have that as a subject in school?" "Not yet." I go, "Not yet." So what they do is they split it up, right? Well, they do here anyway, right? They do like state and local government, but they don't do the whole thing until they hit high school.
Right.
Which
Wow.
I was in 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah.
I loved it, probably because it was the only class I could fucking pass with an A and not even go there. But oh yeah, I could skip U.S. history for months out of whack, and I wouldn't have any problem passing it. But I took it it was elective. You only had to take it twice in high school. I took it all 4 years. Because I just loved it,
Right.
But these kids, they don't. Finally, he brought the book home,
Yeah.
and he was looking at it, and then I'm looking at it, I'm like, huh. I want to tell him some of the stuff was right, some of the stuff isn't so right, but I just shut my mouth, and
I remember when I had, because I think it was like geography. would teach you a lot of stuff as far as, what territories and things. I don't even remember when I had geography class. It's been so long ago, and things change with the curriculum nowadays.
Yeah.
The stuff my kids come home with, because it's Common Core stuff, it's like, what is this?
Right.
And another thing that really baffles me, I went through my whole time in school. I don't remember having my parents like have to teach me the curriculum, but my kids come home with pamphlets and booklets. It's like I'm supposed to teach them the stuff. It's me as part of the homework as the parent. And number one, it's Common Core stuff, and it's like I got to figure this crap out because I don't know what the hell they're saying. Let me read this garbage, and the estimations and stuff with math, and it was really frustrating. Wyoming's doing they're trying to change all that stuff now that we're getting away from the Obama administration, but
Right.
I don't get the Common Core stuff. I like traditional math. It has worked. It got us to the moon. Traditional math got us to the moon and back on a slide ruler. They didn't have math. The computers they had were massive, but they used slide rules back in the day for engineering. If it is good enough to get us to the moon, it should be good enough for our kids today.
Yep. My kids come home with math, and they call it a math tree. Okay. And I say to my wife, I go, what? She goes, oh yeah, it's a tree. You have to go from here to here to here, and I'm like,
yeah,
no. So then I'm teaching my daughter, right? I put 4 quarters on the table, and I'll say, okay, and I go, okay. I says, what's that? She goes, that's a quarter. I says, good girl. I goes, what's 2 quarters equal? She goes, 50 cents. I goes, yeah, but not in money. What's it? I says, that's half of here, right?
Right.
She goes, yeah. I says, okay. So then, and I'll do it. And she's like, and my wife says, you can't teach her that way. I go, why not? She goes, because that's not how she's being taught in school. I go, that's fuck how she's being taught in school. As long as she knows how to do it and she gets the same answer as everybody else, that's all I give a shit about.
My daughter brought home that estimating crap in math. It drove
the estimating
bonkers.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, how do you
5 and 5 isn't like 9.5.
It's like 5 and 6 equals 10. That's the crap they were coming home with. My oldest son's like, what? By your age, you should know that 5 and 6 equals 11.
That's like me though. Math wasn't one of my favorite subjects, and I'm not an algebra guy. I don't do all that. I mean, my sister had friggin' trigonometry in the 8th grade, calculus freshman year. Her and my dad are just like, oh, you don't get this. So when she's getting her degree, she got an online degree, and she got that history part, and she calls me. Hey, I have a problem here. I go, what do you got? She goes, history. I go, U.S. or European, or what are we talking? She goes, U.S. I says, okay, now I'm good. I said, but I might be a little fuzzy, so I'm gonna have to brush up. But so, but that's how it was when we were kids. I do her history homework for me, she do all my math homework for me.
Right.
Which I'm kind of suffering now because, I mean, I can add, subtract, and do all that with fractions.
Mm-hmm.
And I can figure out a square on a roof. If I want to go put shingles on my roof.
Yeah.
Okay. And my dad's like, Mike, that's geometry. I was like, Dad, don't even tell me what it is. Just let me do my thing. I don't want to know.
You've learned it.
I learned it a different way,
Practical.
Yeah. I did. I used some algebra in, my career field in the Air Force. So that was helpful, algebra. But math is one of those things, like I had all the way up to calculus in college, and I couldn't do any of that calculus stuff now because if you don't do it,
stay with it. You're not.
Yeah, you're gonna forget it. You're gonna have to relearn it, type thing, or refresh. And if you're not using it in your day-to-day life. In the algebra, I say I use algebra, but it was actually simple algebra, the equations we were using. And, you know, it boils down to what do you need for your job,
Right.
you know?
Well, algebra and carpentry goes together like every day.
Yep.
No.
Yeah. You know, so what do you need for your job, and focus on that. And that's a life skill type of thing. And schools are getting away from teaching you life skills, you know.
Well, as soon as they got rid of all the, you know, wood shops and metal shops and home ec and all that stuff, life skills went right down the toilet.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I've seen that. That's a great point, Steve.
Yeah, you know, it's.
I remember, did anyone make model the rockets that you shoot up in the air? Did any of you guys do that in school?
Oh yeah, I remember doing
Like,
that.
All the time.
We did that in 8th grade. Like they call it industrial technology, and it was shop class. We did woodworking, and then part of it was drafting. That was pretty fun. And we made, you know, the rockets. And our grade was, you know, how, you know, he graded us on if it reached a certain altitude. And he had the thing, he would measure it. Did the parachute deploy, that type of thing. It was a fun class.
Yeah.
And it taught you like usable skills. Yeah. Woodworking, you know. I mean, I'm not great at woodworking now, but, you know, I did some of it. I'm no Stalker Steve.
Uh,
I have built a bench once, and I still have it.
If you can still sit on it, that's not bad.
Right.
Yeah, still sit on it. You know.
I recently came back into possession of the very first usable piece of furniture I ever built.
Nice.
A little simple
Really?
shelf for my sister.
Okay.
And it, you know, came back to me via deaths in the family. So it was kind of cool getting that back, saying, wow, I did that. Come a long way, baby, since then.
I know in this in the house I'm in here, my dad built this house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's this is the house I grew up in, and
oh, that's awesome.
and this is the house I totally ripped apart, and I, you know, did a big addition before I moved south about 17 years ago, I guess. And I only lived in it about 3 years when I completely renovated it. And when I came back, and I'm just going by Steve here, you know, I come back and you see, and you look back at some of your work, you know what I mean, Steve, and you go, wow, did I? No, I didn't do that. The owner did that. But you just see how those little it's really the fine detail stuff, Steve, at the end that's really matters in most work.
Right.
And you know, and that's the stuff I do now, is all that fine detail work. But it's but you look back and you have a good laugh at some of your projects. It's like, wow, did I suck ass?
Yeah, it's a learning experience.
Yeah, you know, whether installing the cabinets in there, I'm sure you've seen it on the videos. I installed all those, and now it's time to, you know all those little tricks to take them back down and hang them properly and tweak them a little bit. And
right.
So it's you know, it's a learning process for everything.
Definitely.
Steve's okay with wood.
Yeah. You know, I've showed this already a few times, but there's my ferro rod from the Stalker, Steve. Are you selling these, Steve?
Yeah, I'm about ready to put a video up with all these ones that I have made on it.
Don't go so fast there, Charlie Brown.
I got your address, buddy.
I know. No, I don't. I've got one already. Obviously, duh.
Yeah, I know, but I know a certain camera person that doesn't have one.
No, don't do that. We have to get one. I have to get one. Remember I told you?
Yes.
Okay.
Mine's still there, I hope.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
the
say,
ones that are already sold or people ask for them are stuck away in a box.
all right. Are you going to do another video on those, Steve?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
It's the only way I can figure to, let people pick what they want or whatever.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. It's like I got to claim mine.
Right?
You
It's
know?
like a bidding war.
Stevie,
Yeah.
Stevie,
What you need?
who were we talking to that was telling us from Canada that Chris. We were talking to Chris was on the piano that night. Chris Rumble was on the piano with us one night, and he was telling us that in Canada, he goes, when you go, you're going, wherever you're going to go camping, you're going to go wherever you're going to go. If you're going for a long period of time, you're going to go for some mileage. He says to bring two of everything. He goes, especially in the winter, because he goes, you got a problem out there in the winter. He goes, you're as good as dead.
Yep, true enough.
He says, because people aren't out, they're not out there for miles and miles and miles and miles and hundreds of miles.
Yeah, I go, I right from the house, it'll be 70 miles right to my cabin, and I always do that alone. So you always, I break it down, for every so far. There's an area that I cut a little bit of wood and I leave there, but I always carry my safety stuff with me. But I know what he means. Yeah, it's always nice to, have some backup for sure in a lot of things.
Right.
Double them up, it's sometimes a little bit. I think people get freaked out all the time when you're out alone. Whether it be the wife or you're gonna be okay. Well, you've been doing it all your life, so it's really nothing.
Yeah, so it's second nature if you're doing it all your life.
Yeah, I've actually taken some Americans out there just when I was younger, years ago, before I moved up. You get lots of tourists in town for the polar bears and anything else, and that young guy, and he just stepped off the train with a backpack and I just came to Churchill, just for the hell of it. Right. And then you're sitting in the Legion having a beer years ago, and he goes, someone will point to me right there if you want to go in the bush. And his name was Joe, one of the Americans. He became one of my real good friends, and he ended up coming with me to the trap line, and then he ended up living here for about maybe 5 years, I guess.
Nice.
But he thought it was pretty freaky going out there, but he was on the back of my machine, it's 40, 50. He thought, and after a bit, he sat down and American. It was really my, first time I had one of my best friends was American, and then he told me, he goes, "You have no idea what you got here, do you?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Just the freedom you got, and the space you have here." He goes, we don't have that over there anymore. He goes, "It's gone.
It's
right?
been long gone."
He goes, everywhere I go in the States, and this is, I don't know how true it was, but he just said, everywhere you go, it seems to be a sign saying, "Stay the fuck off my land. You're not allowed here."
The only state that's anything like you is Alaska.
That's what I was about to say. Alaska.
You can still go hundreds of miles in Alaska and not see another human being. That's not an issue.
Yeah, he knew that. He told me that actually, because that's where he lives now, in Nome, Alaska.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, this place is up in. I'm sure they're out there in Montana and Wyoming and in the Dakota area too. But there's places in northern Maine that you can probably go. You can probably go 50, 60, 70 miles without seeing a human being.
Yeah, he was from Ohio.
Yep.
So maybe he was just
it's not as vast. It's not as vast as you guys, and you're right about the get off my land bullshit. People are posting their land left and right, and once they post it, it's like they do it up in New Hampshire, because New Hampshire, I love northern New Hampshire. I mean, that's where my trailer is and everything. Well, my trailer's in central New Hampshire, but I'm in a town of 3,000 people where my trailer is. I freaking love it.
Is that your travel trailer?
Yeah, I just got rid of it too.
Oh, you did? So you don't have it anymore?
Don't have it anymore.
You still have the land it was on, or what?
Yeah.
Where was it at?
I still belong to the organization. I just got to get rid of the trailer.
I guess you kind of get that from the trappers chat there that I have, and you hear from trappers all the time. Hey, Stevers, you know, they got nowhere to trap. You know, everything's
right. Well, that and the rules were a lot different too.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
well,
like
I said that early on, how the Canadian government actually supports your trappers, and here we're just kind of tolerated.
You're not even tolerated. You're
because down here, I mean, it's to a point where society thinks you don't have to hunt or trap or do anything for a livelihood. You don't have to do it for food. You don't have to do it because we're going to buy everything from China, basically.
Yeah.
You know, so they live in this fantasy world that, you know, it makes them feel better that, oh, people aren't going out and shooting little fuzzy things or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. I know.
When someone is doing it, we're just, you know, you're buying it from China or some crap, you know, and getting it in Walmart type of thing. And, you know, so you lose, I don't know, there's a degree of separation between living off the land here in America that people just don't connect with.
Well, but a lot of the states you can't even. Okay, so I'm not even going to try to say how many. I'm online one day and I'm looking to see how many towns or counties in Maine allow you to homestead.
Oh, right.
Because that's less and less and less and less and less as you go. New Hampshire, I don't even think you can do it in Mass.
Man, I need to check into it here. I might get me a piece of land.
Period. I don't even think you can do it in Mass. Norm, you'd cry if you trapped here. You can't use a conibear.
Try to build a cabin.
Yeah, exactly. You can't use a conibear. You can't use any of that shit here. Beaver, you have to use a well, they call it the clamshell here.
Guy's name, the big fence trap.
Yeah, Douglas or something like that. Douglas trap or whatever the hell it's called. But the rules are just so they make it so you don't want to do it.
Yeah, heavily regulated.
Pretty much what Cobra said. It just, you know, they want everyone. You know, you hear it in the trapping videos all the time, exactly what Cobra said. You know, don't you know there's like food in the store for you? Why are you doing that?
Right.
For Christ's sakes, I'm more humane than that guy that killed that chicken that you were holding in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right to the goddamn head. Most of the time they're slitting them by the throat and hanging them while they're alive, and you're calling me a freaking a murderer. And it's just crazy.
I told a woman tonight. Right today, I should say. I'm sorry. I told the woman today because you know, I had my hat on. And I got my camo jeans on. She said, "Oh, I take it you're a hunter." I go, "Good guess." And she goes, "I'll never understand it." I said, "That's okay. Would you like some help?" And she said, "Yeah, sure. Go ahead, try me." I said, "What do you buy at the store?" Just like everybody else: fruits, vegetables, milk, bread, meat. Da da da. I said, "Okay. Here's one thing you're gonna want to do. Do you pick your own apples?" She goes, "No." I said, "Here's something you want to try at home." I go to the store, buy an apple, then go pick an apple, cut them both in half, leave them on your counter. I'll guarantee you that the one you bought at the store won't be brown before the friggin' one that you got at the farm.
Right.
I go, "All that meat you're buying?" She goes, "Yep." I said, "Do you know what is in there for preservatives?" She goes, "No, they preserve it so it'll keep." I goes, "Exactly." I go, "There isn't an ounce of preservatives in the meat that I sometimes hopefully shoot." And she's like, I go, "It's all natural." She goes, "Well," I goes, "and I have to add fat to that meat."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have to add the fat to it.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Really?" I go, "Yeah." You know,
And organic.
And I said, yeah, and I said to her, I said, we'll go on the minimum, the smallest thing with you, all right? She goes, what? I go, you love seeing dead deer everywhere on the side of the road? She goes, no, it's disgusting. I goes, well, guess what? Stop hunting then. I says, because if you stop hunting, that'll triple the amount of dead deer you'll see will triple because there'll be more and more cars will hit them.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be on my trap line, trapping marten and wolves and all that if they were endangered. That I wouldn't be doing that. It's not like I go to my trap line and go, I want to kill every goddamn thing, on this massive trap line.
Right.
I can't do that because I'm not gonna have anything to trap for a couple of years. So my trap line's so big, like I have to build cabins on the freaking thing, just to stay on one end on the other night. So it's you trap, you pick your spots every year, and you manage it properly, right?
I told her, I said, you like veal? She said, yeah. I said, good. You know how they do that? I said, they stick a calf in a fucking cage and not let it move. I goes, that's not inhumane?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, anybody that's buying meat from the supermarket, they should never be talking smack against a hunter or something like that, because
100%.
No, and like even my wife and I, we used to go down this specialty meat store. Unfortunately, they got bought out by somebody else, and they moved it way too far away from me. But and the guy up here next to me, he's way too expensive. But that's where we used to buy our meats, and every once in a while you'll see, the guy will say, you're like, how, you have your regular customers and all that. So I'll be in there and I'll see people that I see in there all the time or whatever. And he's like, hey, I'm like, what? And they'll go ask the boss to take you out back. I'm like, all right, I'll go ask the boss, take me out back. Boss, take me out back. He'll have moose meat. Here, have some. He says, I can't sell it. He said, but here, take some moose meat. I'm like, thanks,
Nice.
But yeah, because a lot of those meat places around here, anyways, in my town, surrounding towns, anyways, if you don't want to do your own deer, they'll do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't found that I actually trust.
Yeah, that's the hard one to find somebody.
I did it once, and I'll never do it again. I'll never ever do it again.
If they got 50 deer hanging, what's to say that you're getting your own deer back?
Oh yeah, and they're skimming off the top, and and it's even my buddy's moose. My buddy's kid shot a moose up in Maine. Granted, it wasn't the world's biggest moose. I think it only weighed like 530 or something. But there's no way in Christ that meat should have fit in 2 coolers. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I'm like, no way. And my buddy Mike's like, what's the matter? I go, dude, I know this guy who had, he had pigs. Well, he didn't he raised them to slaughter them, but it wasn't like he was like he didn't have like 100 pigs. He just had 2 at a time. Every year you get 2. And he had one. The thing had to be close to 325 pounds. The thing was enormous. And I go, I'm there at the tail end of him butchering it all up. And I'm like, dude, you wouldn't believe the amount of freaking meat. I says, you got a 500 and something pound fucking moose.
Yeah, you should have 6 coolers full of meat.
Yeah.
Granted, the coolers were big. They were the long,
big giant white ones.
Yeah. Not Ed's company, Yeti, but and I'm like, in that same year, that's the year I got my deer, and I took my deer down, and my wife comes back with this box this big. I'm like, nah, that ain't right. I'm like, I just got schnockled on that one.
Right.
You know, granted.
Yeah, like that all over the place. We've had a couple places like that. It was like, you're full of shit. That's not.
Yeah.
There's either you always get back not, less of what you brought there. That's for sure.
You know, it's like the deer I shot, right, was 130 pounds dressed. Okay. So now obviously you got all the bones and the hide. Okay. Gone. I figure it out. I say to myself, 60, 65 pounds, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I never forget, I tell my wife, I go, have the guy help you. She goes, help me. I goes, she gets home. I goes, did you forget a box? She goes, no, this has your name on it. Look. I'm like, nah, we're never doing this again. I call my buddy right away. And I'm like, hey, I shoot him a text, take a picture of it. He's like, yeah, you just got fucked. I goes, you know what? Time to learn how to do it myself. That's it. No more.
Yep. See,
yeah, because that's about the size of a caribou. You should have got at least. I'd probably get off a caribou about 75 pounds of meat.
What? Who was saying it? Joe and Zach's channel, Joe and Zach Survival. He does pigs too, and I never knew this. That if you measure a pig right around the back shoulder, and then the length of it and all that, there's a mathematical equation that'll tell you, and it's pretty well fucking good. It's pretty well spot on, I guess. It'll tell you how much the pig weighs. And the other thing they said is that on a pig, you get 70% of whatever that pig weighs for meat.
Wow, that's a pretty good return.
Yeah, it is.
That's a great return.
70%. I mean, holy shit! How much meat is 70%? Let's say you got a 300-pound pig, right? 70% is what? 210.
Yep, right in there.
Yeah.
Did I do that right?
That's close.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
All right.
That's a lot of meat.
Yep.
And he did too.
That's why he's always eating those pork steaks on the.
Yeah. I love that channel. I've been watching his channel for eons, and you know what cracks me up about him, Norm? Here's what cracks me up about him. Dead of winter, he's up at the cabin, or the tent, excuse me, up the tent.
Yeah.
Minus whatever, northern Minnesota. Okay. And you think he's in those Mickey Mouse boots or something, you know what I mean? Nope.
Yeah, he's always got like hikers on or running shoes.
He's in sneakers.
Yeah.
Dude, guys, I'm serious. For everybody out in the chat room and those that'll see this tomorrow. Joe and Zach's Survival. Okay. Great channel.
Yeah,
Okay?
he has a really good channel. Yeah.
Go click on him. Go watch him do ice fishing or just anything at the tent in the winter. I will guarantee you anything you want, he'll be in sneakers.
Right.
It is the funniest thing in the world.
Sounds like me when I was a kid.
His tent, I guess, is on the Canadian border. Or not too far.
Not far, I don't think. Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah, he's. I think he's going to be building a cabin soon, eh?
yeah. You see his dad's cabin come out like that? Oh my! Such craftsmen they are.
Yeah, he does some nice work there. He tinkers around quite a bit, eh?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Steve? Did you watch that? Do you watch that channel?
I don't know if I've seen that channel or not.
Oh, dude, put it in the search bar. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
Stevie.
you'll like it. You like the crap.
Great channel.
So.
Yep. Great. Stevie does it all. He does. Well, he's got another channel too, but I forget the name of that one. That's where he has all when he does his woodworking products.
Northern Seclusion.
Northern Seclusion. Thank you.
Yeah, you'll like it because he's a contractor like us, Steve. Well, I don't think you're a contractor.
No, I used to be. I gave it up for a real job.
Steve, when you watch his videos, and he'll be in the tent. He calls it the tent, right? When you watch his videos, and he goes into the back room into his bed, or he goes to his dad's cabin. They made all that. They made the bed. They made it all.
Joe and Zach Survival, one long word.
I believe Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe and Zach's, and then Survival should be separate from Zach.
I got it.
All
cool.
right.
I'll check them out.
And I'm sorry, no, go ahead.
Well, he's got like 90,000 followers now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's not a small channel.
Well, he's just fun to watch because he's always busy. You know, he does the same thing I like to do. So it's nice to actually, you know, I watch all your guys' videos. That's my TV. And
right.
I
haven't turned my TV on in 2 years.
Dude, he goes crabbing. He does it all, dude. He goes down to Louisiana. He's got a girlfriend down in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Does the crawfishing down there.
Yummy.
But he does it. He duck hunter. He just all of it, and he's meticulous. It's like he goes before the season and checks out his tree stands and all that. He don't wait till 2 days before hunting season starts, like the rest of us. The son of a bitch, he's in there, and you know what I mean. It's just great. It's just a great channel. Great channel.
Yeah, pretty good. He's just a down to earth guy. That's why he's fun to watch. He's just easy going. So.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. And man after my own heart. Canned potatoes. You know what I mean?
Love those.
Yeah, he does some funny things and
right in the frying pan. It's just like this guy's just like I just want to go have a Mountain Dew. He can have a beer, whatever, a cup of coffee. The guy's
that guy. You'll never beat him starting a fire. He just knows how to start a fire great.
Right.
He even said one day. Did you hear him on that video, Norm? He said one day, right? Steve, he goes like this. You guys, he goes like this. He goes, listen, this isn't to any bushcrafters out there or anything like that. He says, I get into that. I like starting my fires like that too. He says, usually I'm in a rush, and right now I'm just too cold. Stevie, he's got cases upon cases upon cases of charcoal lighter fluid. And he goes like, Stevie, it's like 3/4 of a bottle each fire he lights. Wood stove outside, it don't matter.
Woof.
You know what? I know exactly what he means. When I get to my cabin 70 miles, you know, and it's 40 below out, and I pull up and people go, Steve made me a beautiful ferro rod that I'll have soon enough, but I'm not going to stand there with Steve's ferro rod. You know, I got used oil I use, and it gets I want that thing to be red hot as quick as possible. It's pretty chilly, and you just want to get on all that gear, and I'm not playing around with the ferro rod.
Right. Well, you just use the ferro rod to ignite the oil. That's all. Same difference.
Yeah.
You know what I love about it too is that he, his kids love it just as much as he does.
Oh yeah, for sure. Awesome. Brought up. Yeah.
His daughter, Steve, he's got a daughter. His daughter's up there grouse hunting, cleaning grouse, duck hunting, deer hunting. Oh yeah, I'm like that's just awesome.
Yeah, it's just a fun channel.
Cool.
Yep.
Always like fresh channels.
Yeah, the best channels are like his, just down to earth and regular stuff. And there's always assholes in there making stupid comments, no matter where.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he fixes those pricks though.
Yeah.
You're always gonna have trolls. You're not doing something right if you have trolls.
Right.
You know what? This is a hobby, you asshole. Get off my channel.
You know what? I have only had one bad comment on all the videos I've made. I've had one person do the whole trap and death threat thing and blah, blah, blah.
Sorry about that, Steve. You know, that's before I really knew you.
No,
I
even
get
like
that. So
even my own sister, right? Because my sister knows I hang on YouTube, and you know, I mention different things, and she says, she says to me, she says, "Hey, I found out you watch you into trapping." I said, "No, I don't trap. You know that." I said, "But it's kind of cool to understand. It's kind of cool to see how these guys and girls are doing it. It's kind of cool to learn.
It's a great survival skill."
I said, I have trapped, you know, squirrels, but that don't count. But, you know, I go, why? What's the thing? And she says, well, you love wolves. I go, yeah, I do. And she said, you're the guy that said you'd have, you know, a whole pack of wolves as pets if you could. I went, yeah, I would. I go, so I don't get your issue. And she says, well, there's people trapping wolves. I go, yep. She goes, and you don't get angry with them? I go, nope. And she's like, why not? I says, because it's the way of life. And I go, if the wolf, if in the United States, I go, if they're protected and somebody traps them, then shoot them in the head. Unless that wolf was killing livestock on a farmer's livestock, well, then the wolf has to get shot in the head. But if it's just somebody going out and poaching,
yeah,
I goes, that's different.
Sure.
I says, but trappers that trap, you know, legit the whole thing. So what? They trap a wolf. That's life. I says, but don't forget. I go, it's not. They're nowhere near to be, you know, extinct. She goes, well, would you trap a wolf? I go, no, not purposely. No, I wouldn't. Would I target wolves? No, I wouldn't. Unless I had to. I goes, if I had to, yeah. I said, but I don't have to.
I could target great big packs here if I want. I don't.
You know what I mean?
You know,
yeah.
I'll go for a couple of them, and that's about it. I can keep going and going and going.
That's what I try to explain to us. If they only, how's your son? I goes, they take what they need. They don't take more. I just goes, honey, if they wipe everything out, guess what? She goes, what? I goes, they got nothing for years to come.
Yeah, they're out of bit. You're out of business.
You know, I said, they only take what they need. They don't exceed that.
Yeah, you know, your line can only produce so much. You know, I got a massive amount of land, and right beside me, there's a massive amount of complete emptiness. You know, to the west of me, and it's like, you know, if you ever go on the map, you could see it there. There's like nothing, and for a long ways, you know, there's zero. And I can go on there and keep trapping too if I wanted to. All I have to do is ask permission, but you know, I don't. It's just, you know, you don't have to go nuts trapping on them. Just, you know, it's out there for, you know, I'd love to do it. I grew up with it, but it doesn't mean I'm going to kill everything I see.
Right. And you know, and that's what I'm trying to explain to her. I go, you know, it's, and I goes, she goes, well, they hunt them too. I go, do you know how hard it is to hunt a wolf? Do you know how it is to trap a wolf? I mean, come on. I go, it's not. I said, well, they're not Sarah Palin doing it from a helicopter. You know what I mean? That bitch. Guys, give me 1 sec. Speaking of my wife, she's on the other end.
Her ears were burning.
You were so going to get busted one of these days.
I'm telling you.
All right, Steve, it's your show again. You're like the head cheese.
Start talking some woodwork here or what?
The big cunt. Tell us how you made that shirt you got on.
Oh, that's my daughter's old dance camp from back in the day, Blue Lake.
Really?
Yeah. Used to be her little once a year privilege vacation thing. Plus, mom and dad got some time alone when she was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I went to a few camps in my day.
I never did it. I had a camp in my backyard, so I was lucky and grew up in the boondocks.
Oh, right.
Well, there's Gears telling us save animals, plant the garden. Can you kick them off?
Right?
Plant a garden.
Yeah, he was eating out of his garden the other day on his video.
I seen a couple of your videos there, Gear. I haven't got to them yet.
Yeah.
I like watching on the big screen though. I always sit up on the couch there and pop everyone's videos on. It's sitting in front of the computer, just not the same. I like watching them on the big screen.
Right? You know what? I haven't done that yet, and I got the TV for it. I should start doing that.
I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. P. NASCAR says, did I hear Mike say earlier that his wife took that knife I sent him? No, she took it out of my dresser drawer and said, what's this? Where'd you get this? No, she does not have that knife.
She shaves her legs.
She
with
did,
it.
however, Stevie, I got bad news. She did, however, take my knife that Steve sent me. And she said to me, I need a knife. And so I had it in my pocket, of course, and I gave it to her. And then I went to work. And I told her, I said, hey, just leave that on my dresser. And she said, yep. And she never left it on my dresser. So, oh yeah, I want to kill her.
Hijacked it.
Yep. Either she's got it in her car or her desk at work, you know, at school. But tisk ain't the word for it. You should have heard me. I wasn't saying tisk. That's for damn Skippy Shore.
I still better not have a knife at school.
Well,
did you finish all those knives, Steve, or what?
I'm sorry?
Did you finish all your knives? All those
no, I just got 2 right now.
Hey, why don't you go ahead and say, all right, that one's yours, right? Yeah.
Well, hang on, let me click on you there so I can see it there.
Yeah, let me you know what I'll do? I'll click on them.
Heck yeah.
That way everybody else can see it too. There you
That's
go.
a nice piece of ash.
Sweet ash.
Sweet ash.
Got some nice grain in it.
Yeah.
And
That
you weren't
is
able
nice.
to put any jimping on the thumb ramp.
No, I made a little thumb ramp, but no jimping. But it fits real nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite done with it. I got to polish the back of the blade, make it a little nicer. See down here, I polished it.
Right.
And here it's just like factory rough.
Uh-huh.
So I'll even that out before I call it done. But it turned out pretty nice.
Looks
For
good.
firewood.
Love the finish on it.
Well, that is cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to order some more. I'm running out.
Yeah, and
I gotta see
just
you doing that.
yeah, just so the world knows right now, since we're on one of the biggest chats on the planet,
Right
Stalker Steve has promised me I get the first one.
No,
Not his,
no,
but I get the first of the lot, and he's
No,
making it special for me.
Really? Really?
Go back, you can read the comments.
If Wyndham Woodcraft, if you're still out listening, right? Because I know you're in the middle of the woods with 2 awesome guys. That'd be 39 Camper and the MI Woodsman. Do me a favor. Drive to Dr. Steve's house and slap him upside the fucking head.
Mikey, are you trying to tell me that Stalker Steve has been 2-timing me?
Oh yeah,
because it ain't the first time this has happened.
So
He's doing this over at the Hornet Fixer.
I
page,
said to
too.
Stalker Steve. Okay,
Hornet
you ready?
Fixer
Here's
hates
how
me
far
now
back.
because of Stalker.
Cool, but here's how far back I'll go with this. Okay. After he sent me my beautiful baton,
What?
because the fucking thing's this big.
Okay.
Okay. I've never seen a ferro rod that fucking big. It's awesome. So
Like these, or was it bigger?
Oh, mine's way bigger than yours. Trust me.
Hey, but is yours shaped like that?
Oh,
you guys noticed that I
it's round. Anyway, so
where's yours? Let's see yours. If it's big.
yeah, let's see this mysterious rod that you have.
I will. I'll show it to you in a minute.
All right, when we get in the private section, got it.
And Stevie made the 6 of them, and he says, "Okay, da 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 da," and he wanted us to shoot him a PM with the other 6. Was it 6 or 7? Whatever it was.
I don't know.
Okay, and then I shot him on. He says, "Mike, you're too late. They're taking." I'm like, "All right." I go, "My bad."
And
I go, "Do me a favor." He goes, "What?" I go, the next batch and one of them knife blades you got going to be nice, and it's going to be a gift for somebody. So I don't know how far back you go, but that's how far back I go.
However far back you go, I go one day before that, always.
I gotta say, Cobra was the first one to jump on it.
Thanks, Steve. Steve, I hope you enjoyed being on the fucking Quagmire.
Yeah. Don't worry, Steve. You know, me and you still have this mythical chat that's supposed to start one day.
Now you're down at Stevie. You're going through chats like there's no tomorrow, too. You know what I'm saying?
He played when you yeah, when you play the field, eventually you get benched on some of them. Just saying, stalker.
All right, give me a minute. I'll go get mine.
Oh, here we go. It's on. It's game time now.
Show and tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see who has the biggest rod now, Cobra.
Yeah. No matter how big his rod is, stalker Steve, you better give me a better damn knife than he gets.
You're getting a knife that matches your ferrule rod with the same inlays and stuff.
You know, it just needs to be fabulous.
Oh, it will be. Nothing gets out of here that's not fat. You ought to see my trash bin full of the one.
That's where you get my stuff, the trash bin? Come on now.
No, the ones that don't pass my inspection, I'll keep that for later.
Send all your sawdust to Hornet Fixer.
Cobra, you reminded me there about the jipping on the thumb ramp there with
oh yeah.
I still have that song my buddy did, so I'm gonna throw it on one of the videos one of these days.
Okay.
Yeah. That was pretty cool that he made me that song for Sean.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss that dude.
Yeah, he was a funny bastard.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I've had too many YouTube friends just, you know, for whatever reason, they get taken off this earth, and it sucks.
Damn it, Cobra! I'm unsubscribing then.
Well, you know,
it could be you.
You know, you
know, Steve had friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Just don't be friends with him. He said his friends. Remember that.
Yeah. Steve's been cheating on me anyway, so.
Yeah, you old wiener head.
You know, it is funny though. You know, Hornet Fixer was all buddy with me until you showed up.
Oh Lord,
you ain't noticed that?
No. Maybe maybe your channel just got too darn big. He likes the little guys or something. He can pick on them.
I'm still way smaller than him, that's for sure.
I don't know. I think there's a trick to getting your channel big. I think you got to actually put commercials on your stuff to get big.
Oh, I try to put commercials on mine, but sometimes they don't pop up.
Right.
I'm all about, you know, monetizing. Well, except for the vids I do for, you know, trying to raise money for the charities or something like that. Those will be unmonetized just because you list it as charity. You're not going to monetize that anyway. You know, hashtag Justin's Final Mission, which was a cool fundraiser. I don't know if anyone out there has seen it, but several of the YouTubers we've been talking about, Ebomi, Hornet Fixer, all these guys. I mean, Ed USAF, the list could go on. And you've contributed a lot to it as well, Stalker, Steve. And, you know, raised over $17,000 for helping the veterans out that have PTSD or suicidal thoughts, things like that, just helping them get the the counseling they need through activeheroes.org. So that's a pretty phenomenal thing that we can do here on YouTube, just making vids, you know, and donating stuff. So that was an awesome little thing.
Yep. That is awesome.
Yep. Hornet Fixer's going to cry when I win that AR.
That's all rigged.
It's coming. A handgun up here like you guys do, and you know, it's just such a pain in the ass. You always
yes,
shotgun with you or something. You know, I'd rather just walk along the beach around here, just having a freaking handgun on me.
Right.
Oh, that's
yeah,
drives me crazy. We can't carry one here.
That's one thing I like about the state of Wyoming. It's constitutional carries, what we call. No license required. You know, the Constitution is our license. So we can carry concealed, we can carry open. The problem is, you know, reciprocity, whatever it is, you know, with the other states. Yeah.
Right.
I never can get that word right.
Michigan's going for constitutional carry right now.
Awesome.
So,
that's amazing.
You mean you just can't reach over and grab one of these, Norm?
Nope.
Is that a Ruger? What do you got there?
Hell yeah, it's a Ruger P89.
Oh yes.
Old
Yeah,
school.
I want one of those old school.
No, if I had everything in my house, but I have to have a trigger lock on it.
Oh damn!
I don't.
Even out there in the in no man's land, you gotta have.
Well, no, not my trap line, but you know, if I had one in my house here, you know, bear season, you know, is in the fall when they start, you know, getting antsy and want to get on the ice, waiting for the ice to, and then I definitely am gonna put one in the back by my back door here, and always ready to go. That's for sure. But you know, it's a pain in the ass. Like, just nice, just you know, carry it when you're doing stuff outdoors. You know, you never know when they're gonna pop up.
Yeah, no kidding. Next thing you know, it's crawling out from underneath your deck.
God, I hope not. Yeah. Well, we were going down Facebook there, and we were going to go down to one of the shores there, and I looked on Facebook, and some guy showed a picture of a big polar bear walking in the sand. It's tracks.
Uh-oh. So
they're around a little bit, but like I said, they're pretty quiet right now and just want to be left alone. And I guess what you kind of call like a walking hibernation, I guess.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Now we got states here that require, you know, trigger locks and stuff like that. Any weapon in your house. Some require to be in a safe. So just about every state is different.
Right.
Yeah, everything's got a trigger lock here. It's got to be in a safe, and the ammunition has to be stored like locked up separately.
Wow.
So it's pretty tight here.
This is where I store mine.
Yeah.
That way the gun does keep me safe.
Yeah. Exactly. So, you know, my brother has a loaded gun like down this cabin right there by the door. There's always a bear poking his face around. Just, you know, just wish I can carry it when I need it.
Right.
It'd be cool. Plus, it'd be cool just to have one.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, me personally, of course, I live in a city, so I prefer concealed carry because it's just, I like no one knowing that I have a firearm on me, number one. But you do see people, you know, open carry here. And it actually, you know, it didn't really freak people out, I guess, you know, just because we're used to it or whatever. In fact, I feel, you know, fairly comfortable. You know, you see someone open carrying and stuff, and it's like, all right, I know he's got this. If something goes down, you know, maybe he can take care of the situation.
Right.
Thing.
I'm hiding behind that guy.
Yeah. I don't want to be the first target. That's another reason I don't like open carry, you know, because you always have that. You hear about, oh, well, if you open carry, then that's another debate. You know, you might be the first target that the bad guy would go out, would try to take out, so to speak. But I mean, there's so many scenarios you can't plan for everything.
No, you can't. You definitely.
Plus, you know, with
would there be like a place, like I always wanted to ask when you guys, like, you know, you're allowed to carry their Cobra.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, is there places too where like you might go in and eat and they're like, get out of here with that thing?
Yep.
now, yeah,
It's
now
their
that-
choice.
that does happen. Of course, here you still can't carry it into a government facility. You know, like the VA here, it's a federal facility. You're not allowed to carry inside there. So there are some restrictions, even though the state is constitutional carry. Federal buildings, government buildings, schools are still gun-free zones here. They almost passed a legislation to get rid of gun-free zones, but it, you know, narrowly didn't pass, type of thing. And so yeah, there is. Now the difference here, when I lived in Texas and we had concealed carry license and I was licensed there, in Texas it was pretty well laid out. Like, if an establishment, a public business, did not want you to carry your concealed carry firearm in there, they had to post a sign and it had to meet the specific, you know, standards for the law.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't just post up a big picture of a gun with a slash through it, type of thing. That had to have like the certain verbiage in there, you know. So if you saw something that wasn't legally posted, if it was just some random printed off thing that the business owner did, you technically were still legal to conceal carry in there. And if you're doing it right, they're not going to know anyway. But it's a matter of, if you had to use it in that establishment, you know, would you face, you know, legal action afterwards? You know,
What about people, like, you get people coming up to you and going like really, do you have to freaking carry that?
yeah, and that's another. Well, here I haven't seen it, but it could happen. You see that in the news. Certain liberals will freak out if they see an open carry, you know, firearm. They'll try to make a big stink about it or something. That's another reason I like concealed carry, even though I have the option of open, or, you know, open is definitely more comfortable outside the waistband. So I know why people do it. It's comfort, and you can also, you know, access your weapon quicker. But concealed carry, you just eliminate any crazies, you know. And I also don't like, you know, you don't want to give them an opportunity to run up behind you and, you know, take your weapon or something like that. That's another thing I think about.
I think that's what first would come to my mind, but being open carry, that anyone could just come up behind you if it's easy access. I guess. Yeah. I don't know how. I got
normally if you're open carry, you'll carry it, you know, on your side is what I see. With concealed carry, people will tuck it a little more further back because it's more comfortable inside that waistband there. If you're doing it properly, people aren't going to know, but if someone tackles you to the ground, you're not going to get to that firearm or something. And there was something in the news at a Walmart. I don't remember what state it was in, and basically they had, you know, they had their firearm in their vehicle and then they tucked it into their holster when they got out. Well, someone saw that and they followed them into the Walmart and then tackled them, you know, and, you know, this guy's doing everything right, but this freak like tackled him, like, you know, this guy's got a gun. So the cops are called, all this stuff. You know, the guy that tackled him is lucky that, you know, had this person been able to get to his firearm, you know, he was basically under attack at that point. He's lucky he didn't get shot. Right. But it didn't happen that way because, again, he had it in a position that I don't like to carry. If you get tackled, it's hard to, unless you're like jujitsu or something, you know, the whole ground game, you know, you're not going to get to it if it's someone comes up behind you. So I like to carry it a little further up, type of thing.
I don't know how I feel if I went to a state and then I seen everyone carrying. I don't know how I'd react.
And here I see it. It's not everybody, but I will see it.
It's actually a very low percentage.
Yeah, and
it carries open.
Yeah,
it carries open. Yeah, and
I see him doing up in Maine.
I'll see it here, and usually I'll look and be like, you know, this guy's got a Walther, cool. Oh, there's a Glock, you know, type of thing, and they're acting normal. They're not. Most law-abiding citizens that are if you're carrying open like that, I mean, most people here are law abiding. If you're a criminal, I mean, you're
You
not
ain't
gonna,
carrying like that.
yeah, you're gonna,
You're a criminal.
yeah.
And speaking of criminal, Stevie, she packed it. I got off the phone with her. She said she packed it.
Uh-oh.
So,
Packing
But
out.
good
That's where
news.
your knife went too. She packed it.
well, that's what I said. I goes, and what about my knife? I said it came in the same package, same box. She goes, oh no, that's in the brown drawer next to the bed. There we go. So there's that.
Ooh. Ooh.
And Norm, I'll show you this one. This is the one that and P NASCAR is still out there, so I got to make sure he sees this because he was wondering about it. No P NASCARs. I still have that beauty.
Nice.
That is an absolute beauty.
It's a nice blade.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's it. It's got some pepper. It's got some pepper behind it. So that would
Pepper?
like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I'll show you my first ever. I actually won it, I believe, but and Shane's not really much on YouTube a lot. He's on Instagram and Facebook a lot now, but what used to be his? Oh shit! I'm trying to remember his YouTube name. He hasn't been on YouTube so long now. I forget what his YouTube name was.
Right.
Anywho, Shane made that, and he
Awesome.
and he I think I won it in one of the as a prize.
It is cool.
It's like a little face
So,
on
yeah.
there, a totem face.
Yeah, a
or-
little face on there. Yeah. God of Wood or something to that effect is what he said.
Kind of looks like
The
Steve.
woods. Yeah, right. But so that was cool. The only reason I have this one is because I have it in my backpack. So
Mm.
that's the only reason why she didn't pack that fucker away.
Are you still moving, Mikey? What's going on?
Yeah, you ever know? I did. She tells us we had to move, and so I'm trying to be proactive instead of reactive.
Right.
So little by little, now that the kids are out of school, the wife's out of school, and all that, you know, she's packing. And I did this last summer. I had to pack. So I was supposed to move, and now I got to do it again this summer.
Hey, what's the deal with moving all the time?
I got more shit having to move, and I haven't moved yet. I've been here fucking 5 years. Well, I want to buy a house. This place is only, I don't even think this place is 1,000 square feet. You know what I mean? I sneeze here, my son say bless you. That's it's just, you know.
I feel you.
Pretty tiny.
Yeah, it is. It's
What?
it's
How many
upstairs.
bedrooms?
It's just so.
That's like the house I grew up with. Well, this one here, but I did big additions to it and stuff. Turned it into 1,500 square feet.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah, for many years I lived in a trailer house, and I still have it. It's actually I rent it out now. It's down in Texas.
A trailer. So it's actually a trailer house.
Well,
it's on a frame.
It's on blocks.
Okay,
it's strapped
same
down.
thing.
It doesn't have the, they took the axles out from under it, but
Okay, right.
yeah, it's an 18 by 80, so it was like the biggest single wide I could buy at the time.
See, now
And
I
this
want to
was
buy.
like back in 02,
I want to buy a double wide and put it in Maine somewhere, or for her, because she's got to have she wants the warmth. So I said, all right, and then maybe we'll do the double wide down in the Carolina, and then I'll go
right
do something else. But I was looking into those double wides. They're freaking awesome.
Yeah, they are.
I have, yeah, they've come a long way. And the one we bought was, 2002. So it's an older one. But when we were looking at them, they had triple wides. And there was this triple wide we looked at on the sales lot, and I was like, oh wow, this thing is like freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's so freaking huge. But yeah, you know, we had to go with something smaller.
Yep.
I mean, the single wide we have down there, it's an 18 by 80, so it's 1,336 square feet. That ain't bad. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house,
Right.
trailer house. It's a manufactured home is what they call them now. But I mean, it was rolled in on wheels and set on blocks. We had it in a trailer park for a while when we lived in New Mexico, and then I had it moved to Texas, and that's where they get you because it's a mobile home or a trailer house. It don't move like you think. You know, it costs us almost 10 grand to move that dang thing.
Easy.
You know, to the next state, and
you ain't
set
towing
it back up. And I was like, oh wow, you can't just move this thing wherever you want.
No, yeah, those aren't really meant to. Well, I mean, they're meant to move because they're on wheels, but
it can be, you know. But
yeah, it can be like you just proved.
Yeah.
99% of the time, then wherever you park them is where they're fucking sitting.
Yep. But I have I kind of miss that house a little bit. I mean, I love the house I'm in now. We have more. This is the first real house that we built, or not built, that we've had. It's an 05, but there was nothing wrong with that freaking trailer house we had. You know, they build them pretty good, and you can get them tape and textured with, the walls and all that stuff, just like a real house type of thing, and they look great. Yeah. You know,
except for they don't hold up well in a tornado.
Now, there's, Well, it depends if you're going to get hit with a direct tornado.
Yeah, a house ain't gonna help you.
There's something about having a basement under you. It's a little bit more secure.
Yeah, and that's what I love about this. Like, I have a basement. We're still.
Yeah,
I just can't seem to get rid of. I can't seem to get.
Let me tell you something about the basement. Everybody says go to the basement, right? Okay, Steve, you ready? Again with the simple mathematics. You ready? What comes up must come down.
Yeah, but don't come down.
So the 3 floors over your head. What do you think that's gonna go in the side yard?
Yeah, it always does.
Right in the middle here.
Tornadoes go like this.
Yeah, come on, all the tornadoes. Where's all the debris? Right in the fucking basement.
They always get ripped out. Now, usually statistically, people usually survive in the basements and stuff. Now, there are maybe some other cases, but normally, your stuff gets ripped. It just kind of gets ripped away. It gets blown away, type of thing, and you might get sucked out, depending on how your basement's constructed or your house.
God, that would blow, wouldn't it? Getting sucked out of your basement.
Yeah, I'd be a little pissed.
Depending upon who's doing the
I'd just strap myself to the gun safe, and I'd probably be good.
Right.
Grab onto the kids. It's like, hold on. But I can't seem to get out of Tornado Alley. We're still. It's like we move up to Wyoming. It's like, all right, we're gonna be out of Tornado Alley because we had a lot of constant tornado warnings down in Texas where I was at, and then move up here. I'm like, wait, we're still on the edge of Tornado Alley, and and we've had tornadoes so far. Like the first year I was here, we had one touchdown right outside of town. We've been lucky. Nothing has really tore up the town since I've been here.
We get them up here too.
Yeah, and just out in the rural areas for us so far, but you never know. It's like, but our warnings, we have a alarm system, and it actually, if you're home, it'll warn you through the alarm panel. It'll start going off, and it'll give you, the weather alert. So it's a built-in, weather emergency weather thing. So we get a warning or a watch. It's like, let's go down to the basement. I got plenty of stuff for us to do down here, and we'll hang out down here. But when we were in the trailer house, we didn't have nowhere to go. In Texas, it was like, we just kind of sat there. It was like, we're gone. There was not a shelter anywhere. It's like, I'm not going to go out into the ditch in the rain right now. It's just not happening.
Right.
So we just kind of sat there and just prayed, basically, like, Don't take our trailer because we're in it, you know.
Right.
But you never know what Mother Nature's gonna do.
Yeah, that's
she can be a bitch when she wants to be.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're cut off right now. Like we had that big flood, and we have no rail line in here, so we only got everyone's relying on flights to bring food in and stuff. So that's a big fight with the government and everything happening here with wiping out the line.
Wow. Did they give you a ETA? How long it'd take to get the rails back up?
It is complicated and political.
No,
it's well, the people who own the rail line are it's a short line from like the pod of Churchill here, and it's owned by a Denver company, Omnitrax, and basically I don't know, you know, it's tough to say, but it's they say they can't afford to fix it. Well, if you can't afford to fix it, you're abandoning the line, right?
Yeah. So
it's time to afford to fix it.
Yeah, it's just time to have handed back over to people that really care about it.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, they're just sitting there. What they're doing is just holding this town hostage. You know, trying to get more money out of the Canadian government to fix the line here. Well, it's yours. You fix it, and if you can't fix it, hand it over.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Norm, do you have since situations like this happen there, do you have like emergency food storage, the preps like a lot of preppers do here in the States? Do you have like the
roams free out in his backyard?
That's it.
Yeah. No, there's nothing here like that. And you know, they're fighting for, you know, bringing in, you know, the food goes from very expensive in the north here, you know, because everything's, you know, it costs to bring it all here on the train. But when you're flying it in, it's triple the cost now.
Right.
Ouch.
You know, you're going in to buy a head of like say broccoli, and it's like $8 to $10.
Fuck me.
It ain't all fun and games.
Dang.
Yes.
Well, you mentioned Nome, Alaska earlier, right? And I was watching this TV program. And Nome, Alaska, everything up there is like that. You know, it's like $6 for a box of cereal, $8 for a box of cereal, and all that. So the interviewer says to this kid, she goes, well, how do you survive? He goes, well, I'd make $24 an hour. $24 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But it all evens out because everything up there is so expensive.
So high, it's cost of living, yeah.
You know, everybody says, oh my God, $24 an hour in a grocery store. Well, yeah, but that grocery store that pays him is also charging him out the nose for food.
Oh, there you go, Pete NASCARs. What does a bottle of Jack Daniels cost you?
Oh, what's
that? And that's the funny part, you know, with alcohol. Here in Manitoba, or is it Canada? Actually, no matter where you serve alcohol or ship it, it has to stay the same cost.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So a case of beer here in northern Manitoba, that you have to fly it up and all that. So the Liquor Board Commission, or whatever the hell it's called, I don't know. When it gets here, they got to suck up that cost. So that case of beer is the same cost here as it would be in southern Manitoba.
Now, but do they naturally limit like the supply then? Because you can only lose so much money.
Drink, so I don't know what's happening here with the alcohol, but I know a shipment of beer came in. A couple of guys from my wife's work was racing over there, so I don't know how it's going. But I don't know what the cost is for say or beer anymore. I wouldn't know what it is for. What did you say, Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
So I don't know what that cost is because I don't.
So I mean, naturally, because being flown in or whatever, there's only going to be so much there. So like you said, people are going to rush, and it's like first come, first serve type of thing. And
I would think, I don't know how much they brought in to top the town off, or how much, I don't know what's going on there, but I know I did hear they did fly some in. So
I remember being in I was in college. So this is shit. This is 86, 87.
Good grief.
Right. And we were up in Canada. We were up in Canada, up in Montreal for the weekend. And it was Canada Day or something like that. We go to the store to get smokes and booze.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy says, I can't sell you any booze. And I'm like, why not? I'm like, come on, da da da. We begged the guy and begged him and begged. Then we paid him. You know, we lined his pocket and he lined our pocket. And here we are. We're walking down St. Catherine Street. Was it St. Catherine?
Yep.
Yeah, the back end of St. Catherine Street in Montreal. Because I was at the Holiday Inn in Richelieu. And I'm carrying a case of Molson and the kid behind me carrying a case of Molson. Right back to the hotel. And everybody's looking at us like we got three heads. Where the hell did you get that on a day like today? I don't know. Can't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but yeah, I guess they just had the people that own the store here in town. It's called Northwest Company, and they're already gouging the town here, saying it's cost out. You know, it's a lot to bring food here and all that. The prices are like. I remember I picked up hamburger. You looked like maybe, I don't know, package this big. I don't know, like say a couple pounds. Like it was $20 for that.
Wow.
And you know, the only reason you grab it is because I'm not stocked up here with wild meat just yet. I just moved here. Slowly, the fridge is getting full of fish, and and some caribou I did get at the end of the trapping season there, but. Those prices and all that, sometimes it's hard to justify some of those costs like before the train went down. I mean, it's like, how could it possibly be this much, to bring all this stuff up by train?
No, what do they charge you to hunt, fish, and trap up there?
Nothing. I'm a treaty, so I don't. I got a treaty card.
Wow, my favorite distant cousin.
Yeah.
How far is it? Hang on. I'm gonna go do the math right now on Google Maps.
You're gonna fly up there.
But he's away.
How far?
Yeah, that'd take you a couple hours to drive there, Mikey.
Which one?
Drive. No road.
Ontario. You said Manitoba, right? Yeah. All right. So let me see.
Does anyone know what the Canadian exchange rate with the U.S. dollar is right now?
I do not.
I haven't checked that in a while.
I know they were
72 cents or something last time.
Let's see.
They weren't too awful far apart.
Yeah, because I remember growing up and it was like Canadian dollar was worth half of American, but that has the gap has closed, I think.
$1.33 right now, Canadian.
Wow.
Or $1.33 to equal your U.S. dollar.
That's not bad.
Maybe for you.
Well, I mean, it used to be, more than that.
Well, there was a while where Canadian was worth more than ours.
It seemed like there for a while it got close.
Like 3 seconds or something.
Yeah, it got close. I tell you what, though, this was the other day. I was at a restaurant that had arcade games, and my kid was trying to put a quarter in a machine, and it wasn't working. And he's getting mad, and I go over there and check it, and it was a damn Canadian quarter. I'm like, and they're just lighter. I don't know what metal the Canadian stuff is made out of, but I mean, it's like, it must be like the same size because it was, it looked very similar. I looked at it, I'm like, this is Canadian. So, we just kept it just for gee whiz. This is kind of, something different. And I gave him another quarter, but he's like, Daddy's quarter don't work.
Yeah, we get a lot of Canadian money here.
Do you?
Yep. And for a while back in the 80s, a lot of stores would not accept it. Like if you handed them 4 quarters and one of them was Canadian, they'd throw it back at you.
Hell yeah.
But you give them $1 and they'd give you Canadian money in change. It's like,
wait, that doesn't make sense.
They'd give it out, but they wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to follow the exchange.
Right? We got loonies now. Yeah, we used to have a $1 bill and $2 bills, but now we got a loonie and toonie.
Oh,
2 loony.
What were you looking up, Mike? The distance from you, or what?
Oh, it's not allowing me.
He's booking a flight.
yeah. He's on Priceline.com right now. William Shatner's going to hook him up.
Yeah.
I don't get that. That's kind of odd. Won't work on the computer. It won't work on my phone.
Oh.
An internet problem. Am I still here?
What are you trying to
here.
Is the chat still up?
Yeah.
Better
Better stop messing around.
The distance from you? Or what?
I can't seem to. Wow, I can't use anything tonight. I'm amazed that the chat's still here.
Yeah,
Well, starting to robot a little bit.
Yeah, stop messing around there, Mike.
Yeah, you're sucking up all the juice.
You're using the bandwidth
It's gonna turn into a pumpkin.
of the Eastern Coast.
What's that?
What is that flag behind you, Cobra?
Ah. Yeah,
Pabst
man,
Blue
it's a little
Ribbon.
out of frame. Yeah, it's Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Is it really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's one of these it's an award-winning beverage.
Oh, okay.
Beer.
Oh, all right.
That's what we call our redneck beer. PBR. What was that song?
PBR?
Yeah.
PBR.
Redneck, White Sox, and Blue Ribbon beer.
Yeah. You know, I never had any of this until I moved up to Wyoming. It wasn't really prevalent down in Texas or New Mexico. I mean, you could probably get it, but it wasn't like a thing, so to speak.
Right.
What is the alcohol content in it?
It's pretty low. It doesn't say on the can, I don't think. I think it's only like 3.8 or something like that. It's pretty low.
Oh, it's baby beer.
Yeah. It's just like I'm going to sip on something type of thing, you know, that's not going to mess me up type of thing. So, yeah, it's not a, I guess it's a lawnmower beer is what people would call it.
Going to be some good shots this year, Steve.
I'm sorry?
Going to have some good shots this year.
Is it GoPro?
Yeah. That's going to be fun to play with.
Nice.
That'll work.
Yeah, I have a GoPro, an older one. I haven't used it a whole lot. I don't have a lot of mounts and stuff that I need for it. So
Yeah,
I
I
just
got
usually
an
use-
accessory kit that you can that comes with everything, you know, like the harnesses.
Yeah.
I think I'll save that.
Yeah, I need to get some stuff like that. Because down here, it's like the accessories are more expensive than the camera. It seems like when I go and look at it, it's like, you know, I don't want to pay this for this. This is more than the camera. What the heck? That's how they get you. It's like, here's the camera. Now you need a whole bunch of stuff to use it, to mount it and whatever. But so yeah, I'm still using my old school Sony
Hey,
Handycam.
that's what I use.
This one is the, what is this? CX20 CX220. CX220.
I don't know what the hell mine is.
I use the Canon myself. The Canon ones, the Vixias.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got the CX405.
R400 and an R500 that I just for backup in case one smashes.
That's a good plan. And what was yours, Steve?
CX405.
So here's a newer model than mine.
Yeah, just.
I tell you what, I've dropped this camera. I don't know how many times. Well, I've had some incidents with the there you go. I've had some incidents with the tripod and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oops.
And usually, like, the battery pack on this one is attached to the back. I have an extended battery pack on it now, but it'll, pop off. And the memory card, for some reason, if you drop it, it'll just, pretty much eject itself and blow itself out. But, and so the camera's like, it freaks out. You got to reset it and put the memory card back in. But so far, so good.
Yeah,
I think it might,
I think I spent like $150 for mine, and I think it works great.
Yeah. My mother, when she was still alive, bought this for me. So it's pretty cool that this thing is hanging on.
Right.
This is what I do pretty much every vid. There's a few, every once in a while I'll do a little short vid or something with my cell phone. It's amazing that cell phones can make HD content now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these iPhones are wicked. You got an
iPhone, yeah.
They take great videos. They're like really high quality.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, those are geared for video and pictures for sure.
Here, let me check mine.
Flip phone.
Oh, no,
I know that's why you never get my
quality.
That's why you never get my pictures I send. Yeah, I'm running a Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, and the Edge feature, I'm not too wild about it. Unfortunately, it looks like the S8. They're not even calling it Edge because it has. I don't think they're offering a standard. So like I don't know if it shows up, but there's a curved edge on the screen. So the screen kind of wraps around. Now the case I have kind of covers it a little bit. I don't really use that edge feature a lot. You supposedly can access the menus from the edge. I never could get it to work with my fingers.
Well, I like
so
iPhone for a lot of things. It takes like time lapse and slow mos, and you can use it for you get to use that iPhone for so many things. Like if I forget my camera, I don't care. I always got a good camera with me with the iPhone.
Right.
Yeah. iPhones are Apple is known for its media, video and quick camera features.
Yeah, tell a polar bear bites it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if a polar bear is chewing your cell phone up, hopefully that's the only thing they got, and you're out of there.
Yeah.
Right.
You just threw it at them so you can get the hell out of there.
Yeah, that and your buddy is like, I'm running faster than you.
I remember Steve was when my dad had a door right at the end of this house. Before I renovated it and took it all apart. But I remember as a kid, he had a door right at the end. Well, as an adult too, and there was a small porch there. And I remember as a kid standing there and my dad opened the door. I didn't know what he was doing. Like he's standing there in his gitch and he came over and he opened the door. There was a polar bear right there and just boom, right in its face.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And he's like, get the hell out of here, and just smacked that bear right in his face with the outside door. And
dang.
That's all I really remember of that. But it was pretty great. Of course, you're looking at your dad going, yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's awesome. I've heard of maybe up in Alaska. I've seen. Yeah, exactly. I've heard up in Alaska, like some of the, and maybe this way in Canada too, some of the housing or whatever they're living in, they'll have almost like a separate Like you'll walk out your front door or whatever, but there'll be like a fenced area. That way you can make sure like a polar bear or something is not just going to snatch you, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's more on the military installations or what, but I don't know if that's the same thing there in Alaska. If you guys do any of that, make kind of like a little safety.
Yeah, they got that here, but they got some like some lodges out further along the coast, and they got it all electric fenced there. So it's kind of like a up close and personal with the polar bear, and you can actually walk with the polar bear along the electric fence.
Oh, wow.
So, of course, you're still going to always have your bear guard with you. And
Yeah.
a lot of the times, like, say if you're coming up and you're doing maybe some little bit of camera work up here.
Okay.
People will recommend, if you're going to go down to the coast and maybe shooting whales and walking along the rocks and that, it's best to have a polar bear guard with you, type of thing. Walking around with you with a shotgun and knows what he's doing there.
Right.
So you could do your thing instead of always looking over your shoulder.
Nice. Oh, it looks like we got Mikey back. Are you awake?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what's going on my phone.
Oh, you have an iPhone?
No, I'm still trying. I still can't look up addresses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't hit master reset.
I don't know why, but it's odd because usually I just open up another window and I go to Google Maps on my laptop and bang, I'm there.
Yeah. There you are. Wherever you go, there you are.
So I adjusted the bandwidth. You guys said I was coming in scratchy. Is this any better?
Yeah, you sound crystal clear.
Yeah, I adjusted the bandwidth.
Smooth as the butter on a lobster tail.
On a lobster tail.
Here we go with lobsters again.
I can't get away from it.
Hungry.
My wife says she doesn't eat bugs.
What?
More for you.
That's right.
As long as she allows them in the house.
Yeah. How much lobster do you get up there?
None.
None. They don't even bother flying it in.
Yeah. I remember somebody brought a bunch in one time there. Of course, like restaurants occasionally will do it, and some of those places, but it's not very often you'll get it around here.
Right.
Now I noticed the one guy I watch. I think he's up on Prince Edward Island.
Yep.
He catches lobsters.
Yep. He's on the water.
Yeah. He'll get that all on the East Coast. Yep.
Yep.
Right.
He gets that right out of the Atlantic.
Yeah, I'm right up Hudson Bay. If you look me up, I'm right on the shores of the Hudson Bay.
Right on.
Yeah,
we get some rock cod, and things like that, but unfortunately, no lobster or anything.
Dang.
When's the bay start? When's the bay freeze? Or doesn't it?
Well, it just broke up about, say, 2 weeks ago. No, longer than that. 3 weeks ago, it just broke up. And
That's funny.
So start freezing in, you're probably looking at around in December.
Wow. Well, it freezes late, but it stays for a while, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's where the polar bears go on there in the winter and hunt seal all winter long. So people, you get the occasional little prick coming around, in the winter. You never know, here and there, but it's very seldom one of those come around in the winter. Not too many.
And in the summer, they come around looking for those Coca-Colas.
Right.
Yeah, and I just opened the door. I drink Pepsi. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what's the soda up there? What's the preferred beverage for soda?
Right there,
pop?
Jay.
I guess it's a mix of everything, but you always see. Oh, I like that. What is that?
Right there, buddy.
What's that called?
Spider? Is that the Spyderco?
Spider?
Yeah. Jay Watts asked me where the Spyderco was. Where did Gruber go? I have no idea. He left when I was looking for.
Yeah, he just totally fell out. He didn't say a word.
Oh, well, okay. We're showing names now.
Yep. Thank you, Mikey.
You're welcome.
I don't know where mine is, but I'm not like you guys. I just got whatever I think works.
Me, dude, I didn't pay for one of these.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Here's
nice.
one my wife uses for her project.
Nice.
She redoes book covers and stuff.
Yep.
Here's one I'm giving away on my latest giveaway right here.
Yeah,
Oh, you having a giveaway?
Oh yes, doing a little giveaway.
Oh, speaking
It's going to end on the. It's going to be. I'm going to announce the winner on the 4th of July. So you got till
What
the
do we have
3rd.
to do? Why don't you explain to everybody?
Oh, there it is.
Give a
Wahoo
little
Killer.
plug.
A little plug, a little shameless plug. All right, so basically, just do a VR. Well, there's a couple ways. You can just comment hashtag 4th of July in my original giveaway vid, and the other way is do a VR talking about a funny 4th of July story or what you're going to do for 4th of July. You know, of course, I want you to title it hashtag 4th of July for the real Cobra Burnout because, it's a shameless plug for me. So,
Well, yeah.
but, giveaway, I'm adding stuff to it each week. So I'll add stuff to it next week. Got the Wahoo Killer. Where we got, and I'm sure everyone in Canada will love this. The American flag.
Right.
Cool.
Got the crystals. Crystals. I added this last update.
I will tell
Crystal
you one,
Skull shot glass.
if we couldn't sing our national anthem anymore, I'd sing the Canadian national anthem. I love that anthem.
Also giving away this titanium Urban Stinger knife. Let me get this thing out.
I should probably click on you.
Oh yeah.
I should probably click on you. Oh, it's getting late. Ooh.
Sure. It's not late. It's Friday.
That's early, I should say. Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That's probably not legal in Mass.
That's
That's all right.
It comes as though it's got to be legal because it comes with its own shoulder
case.
holster. Yeah. Just a little.
Oh,
Or you could use it to open letters.
A little jabba-do-ya.
You could use it to open letters.
Letter opener. That's what it is. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a Gerber knife your wife has.
and I'm gonna add. There's gonna be a few mystery items to it, but that's what it is. I just felt like doing something for the 4th of July.
Cool.
And this shot glass actually holds like 2.5 shots or something. It's ridiculously large. Skull.
That's cool.
The usual nonsense, probably a set of my underwear as usual.
Would that be pink with lace or?
But it will have my scent on it.
Nice. Nice musky smell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd be like, yeah. This is from the real Cobra Burnout, and and he was working all day. Type of thing.
I heard a guy the other day. He's got a word for that. He calls it man gravy.
That's disgusting.
That's fucking wrong.
Man gravy. Man gravy.
He's a heavy equipment operator.
You said it out loud.
My air conditioner went out. I'm making man gravy today.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's fucking wrong.
That sounds like the sweat's running down his back into his crack of his ass.
Right? It's exactly what he was saying.
I mean, to make some gravy, was he throwing some flour down in there?
That's
Keeping
from
mine alive. Wow. Wow.
Okay, we've gone too far.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't go too far.
Yeah,
What do you guys mainly do there, Steve, at your job?
I fix all the crap that the kids break.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I take care of 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 schools, 3 sets of different dorm. No, 6 schools, 3 sets of dorms. So any door that don't work, or any cabinet that breaks, or a chair, or chalkboard, or you name it, I fix it.
And then in your spare time, you make stuff for
YouTube.
YouTubers. This.
Yeah, in a spare time.
And I will say that I have the best ferro rod out of anybody.
No, you don't. I do.
I haven't seen yours, so you can't prove
Oh
it.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Just trust me in the fact that go look at my video. I'll show it to you.
Yeah. I mean, I've done videos on this. What have you done, Mike?
When I
I did
come
a video on mine.
I'll come back on, then we'll compare rods.
Oh, goodness.
Nice. Now we're gonna stop here and so. Now, if you go on my video,
Yeah.
you'll see that I do in fact have a Stalker Steve Dilda.
I think you saw me. Do you still have me clicked, Mike? You're gonna start losing viewers if you keep me on too long.
Oh, you want me to unclick you now?
On the main screen. Oh, I love attention. Don't get me wrong.
Jesus, you want me to do everything now? Now I gotta unclick you. I gotta.
There we go. I'm just saying, when people keep me on too long, you'll start getting a lot of hate mail. I nearly tanked the Ebomi blog talk radio. So yeah, that guy again.
I don't know who it is.
No one does, really.
Is he outdoorsy? Is he a gun guy? What is he?
What is that? I like the grips on that.
Hang on there. Hey, let me.
Gerber, and I like it because it's like a rubber handle and it's really comfortable.
Yeah.
Hang on. No, there you go, Norm. Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's just a Gerber. It's just it doesn't matter the knife for me, but if it's pretty comfortable and it suits my need, that's good enough.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a Gerber.
Can't
That's
go wrong
sweet.
with Gerber.
See, I like the rise on that on the palm there. I love that.
Yeah, it's really cozy, man, for the hand.
Yeah, especially nice with big fat gloves on.
Yeah. I got my dad's old case for it. I use that.
Right.
You know, I was telling Stevie last week. I was watching Stevie. Who was I watching? I was shooting all the bears.
Ooh,
Shooting all the
Stevie.
bears?
Yeah, you know he does trapping and everything too. The oldest guy.
Dave.
Vandermeer?
Yeah.
I think he's up north. I think he's up north in Canada too, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's in. He's not that far from me. Yeah, he's in. I can't remember the town now.
And then they got me hooked on what's her name's channel too, the Wild Yam.
Yep, Jen.
Yep, she's got a nice channel.
Oh yeah,
I'll tell you what though, she did one over the winter, and she had a game trail, a game cam, and the thing took a picture of a coyote. And I gotta tell you something. I think the coyote was humping a wolf.
No way.
Whatever, because I thought we had decent sized coyotes here. Holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's got to be pot wolf.
Take me off presentation now. I'm not presenting.
Yeah, my bad. I always forget to do that bullshit.
Yeah, I got one of her pictures here. That was pretty cool. That cam shot she took.
Yep.
The one with the coyote and the eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
What was that?
Hey, CPD. Hey, PG, still there? Jay Watt.
Hey, Mike. Mikey, I posted a link for you in the internal.
In the internal.
It's going to answer all your questions. It's
infamous.
It's very near the meaning of
Am
life.
I going to want to hit you? Am I gonna want to hit you?
It's one step below the meaning of life. It's just a channel of some freak.
Yeah, he looks
Is that the
freaky.
guy that you always have that you always talk about?
Oh yeah.
He looks freaky.
He's a close personal friend.
Oh, tell me he's freaky.
He don't usually give me shout outs, but yeah, I talk to him quite a bit.
All right, cool. Thank you.
No, he put some good gun stuff up. You know, the normal stuff people put on YouTube. You know, Battle Box or whatever type of thing. But
Guys,
I don't know why he has on his main page. That's the Hornet Fixer up on his banner. I don't know why he puts him up there. I think he's trying to make Stalker Steve jealous. But,
yeah, because I'm looking at the thing going, wow, he looks like
he
looks like what's his name, Charles Manson's brother or something, you know?
Yeah, Ebomi's a little lazy on updating his channel stuff. So his banner was from that was the whole thing. Like Hornet Fixer was running for president last year.
Yep,
because he does it every year, but whatever.
Yep. All right. Well, I hate to do this, but it is just about 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Wow.
What the heck? How did they get so late there?
February up in Canada.
I don't know how it got so late, but the chat flew by, and I know a couple of times we hit like 32 people in here. So
awesome.
That was super cool. And it was super cool that PNASCARs had the time tonight, and, you know, not like before, like last week. Was it last week? Anyways, it's always great to see PNASCARs and PG. It's always here. And you guys out there that are listening, and, you know, I call you as the silent watchers, but you guys know how I feel, you know. Thank you. And everybody that came in here, thank you. And is still here, thank you. And you guys on the panel, much appreciated.
My pleasure, Mike.
It was great to have Cobra again tonight, and it was awesome having Norm here. I mean, that was
Heck
great.
Yeah,
right on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. That was fun. It was a good laugh.
Yeah, it was. All right, so we're gonna say goodnight, you guys, and we'll see you all next week. Take care.